Tell me what you wanna know. Oh, come on, oh, come on, oh, come on. There ain't no motive for this crime. Felfloney's a friend of mine. And why is that message there on the screen? There we go. The best laid plans. Folks, welcome to the Fun Zone. I am, of course, the giraffe of me, Jeremy. I, of course, am joined by the one and only Felfloney Claire. And this... and this is the Fun Zone. Here on Friday, the 6th of December. Now, first of all, everyone, congratulations, we've made it to December. Now the goal is to get through December.
It's Melody and Matty.
Welcome, folks.
I don't remember the question.
Do you know what? I will accept that as an answer because, unfortunately, things are going to haunt me forevermore. But folks, welcome. Tonight we are going to be playing some more Pokémon Violet. We might be doing more of the DLC too, specifically in terms of story or building up things, or we may just do more raids. We'll see what happens, because quite frankly, I am in a very just want to chill out mode, as it were. As it were. It's not to say things have been bad, because quite frankly, overall, it's been productive the past sort of couple of weeks, but it has caught up with me, so energy levels are low. But I am here to have fun, so therefore I will create artificial high energy.
No, Jeremy was like, I haven't had caffeine for several days, I'm dying. And I was like, and is there a reason for this? And he was like, no. And I was like, cool.
Well, okay, to be fair, so, good evening, everyone. So, thank you, Lex. Thank you so much. So, that was what I was going to say, yes. So, this actually leads into what we're going to order of business, folks. We're going to do some just chatting for a little bit. Then we're going to sort of move on to probably some Pokemons and whatnot.
Jeremy, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, but perfectly fine.
Go to a screen without me because I can't hear you, and also my doorbell's just gone.
Go to a screen without me. Hang on. We're doing good here, folks. Let's see if this one works. There we go. So, yeah, I'll try and figure out if and when you can hear Claire again, folks. But yes, welcome. So, I'll say this to begin with, folks, in case you're unaware. There is a big storm about to hit the UK, depending where you are watching from. And at the time of broadcasting, it's hitting my window pretty hard at the moment because I'm on the south coast of England. And Claire up in Scotland is also getting it pretty hard as well. So if at any point tonight there are some technical Rambos that happen, or I say Rambos as snafus that occur, or suddenly there's like an influx of noise, that would be why, as it were. So nothing to fear on that front. Matty there, saying, had a storm last night. So putting that out front, if anything occurs on that, do not worry. It is all intended to be somewhat as you saw there, so have no fear. But yeah, so to give the hydration story a little bit of leeway here, and I think Claire will be returning momentarily, but I will figure that out accordingly. So, Storm Stallone. So, to give some context to the water thing that Claire mentioned, last Friday, I want to say, actually day of the last stream, I kind of woke up with my... So, I am someone who has suffered regularly from gout. It is not a fun thing. I encourage you to give it a Google if you'd like to learn more about it. And we're going to see if Claire is back. As if by magic. There we go.
Hello.
There you go. I'm going to be honest, we could still hear you, to be honest.
Yeah, so for some reason, it's just my speakers have just suddenly stopped. They just stopped playing you. Like, they just stopped dead. And I don't know why. I mean, I'm going to turn them off.
I mean, look, some might say that's a sign from the gods. But, you know.
It was really weird. I was like, wait, because they were just flashing a light. And I was like, these are powered speakers. They don't have batteries.
Oh, no.
Why is this happening? This is very weird. Anyway, sorry, I missed it. Also, of course, my McDonald's order chose that exact moment to come to the door.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, no. Sorry, continue your story.
That's right. I've just said storms coming in, things might occur. If they do, please bear with. But the water thing. So
on the cliff, so we know this.
So Stitcher, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And
there's ice cream in here. Shit. Right, back in fact.
And hope things are going well with you as well. Appreciate you may not be here all night, but thank you so much for tuning in as much as you can. So Yes, so water, yes. So I say occasionally, I suffer from gout periodically in my foot, and it gets very, very painful to walk, let alone do anything. It really sucks. So I made the decision that morning, right? I'm probably dehydrated because I've been working a lot, not necessarily moved as much as I'd like. Sort of physically, I've not done a lot, so that's probably the catalyst for that. So I decided it's time to, in essence, flood the body with water, as it were. So I just drank water, and then I got to the next day and I thought, right, drink water all day. And it got to Saturday night, and I thought, you know what? Already feeling good, feeling far more rehydrated, even though I already drink a lot of water during the day as it is. And then Sunday, I was going to Brighton. Because Brighton had an event, which was the retro video game market.
Don't speak about the event, it'll cause distress.
And I attended said event with Matty Boo, with Stitcher, with Freya Perito. Oh, Claire's video's gone. Freya Perito and Neko Riddles. So we all went to that event in Brighton and sort of woke up Sunday morning and I thought, there you go, you're back. I thought, you know what? Yeah. I've done 2 days of water. What's another one gonna hurt? But if I end up having like a glass of Coke or something, or Pepsi, whichever, totally fine, not bothered. I've done a couple of days, I'm happy with that.
In his lane, unbothered, moisturised, etc.
I ended up sans 1 glass of Coke when we were all consuming some quite delightful takeaway food, being pizza. I ended up drinking only water that day, sans that 1 glass of Coke. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm gonna carry on. Let's do a 4th day. Keep progressing. And long story short, I've now got a week without drinking any kind of pop, which I appreciate may not seem like a massive thing to say, but for me, that's actually an achievement. And it was kind of a mini test of willpower and all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much. It was kind of a mini test of willpower, a sort of, right, let's just, in a way, detox the body a little bit. However, the thing I hadn't considered was that my body is used to caffeine. Therefore, the lack of caffeine at about 3 or 4 o'clock every day for the past 3 or 4 days, my body's just gone and powered down. So that is how we get to this part of the discussion. Claire, please continue.
I was checking because I was just like, I actually said to Jeremy, are you actually doing this for any particular health reason? Because there's absolutely no point denying yourself something that is useful to you for brownie points. It's like people who go, oh, I was naughty and I ate a food. Shut up. No, you weren't naughty. Foods don't inherently carry sin. Eating is a natural thing. Fucking patriarchy and goddamn internet telling us that food is a... I am eating a fucking mozzarella dipper. Bite me.
Oh, no, but this is the thing, though. But I did it partly as like a sort of test of willpower thing, because I want to get back on a bit of a train with things, as it were.
This is why I wanted to check with you, because I was like, don't be doing that.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, though, there is a family-related birthday party occurring this weekend, so I will be having caffeine. I will be having
Harriet,
some...
Don't get blown away.
Hey, Harriet. I will be having some Pepsid, as it were. Oh, thank you, Harriet. Thank you. Thank you to everyone as well, Lex included.
Does Pepsi Max have caffeine in it?
Has a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure they do caffeine-free Pepsi Max. It's miserable.
Do you know what?
I know, because I used to have it as a kid.
I disagree. Caffeine-free Pepsi Max tastes well nice. Wait, why didn't I just have caffeine? That beside the point. I may do that for next week. But caffeine-free tastes well nice.
Jeremy, I spent my entire childhood on caffeine-free Diet Cola. You're wrong.
Hey, I'm being Pepsi Max specific here.
Well, the thing is, there was always a code when I was a kid, which is red cans, full sugar, silver cans, diet, gold cans, caffeine-free diet. Now, it's not always that nowadays, but I got given gold can Coke all the time because they thought that my hyperactivity was related to caffeine. The irony being, I am unresponsive to caffeine. So, you feed me caffeine, there's no fucking difference, right? So as it was, they were buying me caffeine-free Coke, and the only effect it had on my hyperactivity was made me real sad because the Coke was bad. And I guess maybe that did calm me down. So in some way, maybe it did work.
The system worked.
I hated it though. It's just like literally it's all the stuff that take all the stuff that's good out of Coke, like the flavor and the sugariness, and just whatever you've got left. That's diet-free caffeine Coke. Gross. Oh.
So yeah, I've sort of gone a week without any like Coke caffeine type thing, just literally only drinking water, and I think physically I feel a little bit sort of better and whatnot, but I also appreciate in theory it takes 30 days to kind of fully get out of your system and stuff. But this is kind of the start of me trying to kickstart my plan for sort of next year from like a physical point of view, because I need to change this husk a bit. So there are plans being concocted, as it were.
You need to? Who told you that?
Me, as it were.
Okay.
Sort of
as long as it's nobody else, that's
no, it's a me thing. It's I'll open a book a bit. Why not? It's that thing of there are lots of clothes that I have which I'm now too big for again, after having lost so much weight, sort of a good few years ago, and then obviously 2020 happened. Enough said, and everything went the other way, as it were. So it's like, you know what? I want to at least vaguely get back to that point. So next sort of 6 months or so, I've got like a goal I want to aim towards, and like an event, as it were, a personal-based event. So sort of aiming towards that, and we will see how things go. And hopefully, as we go along, it may become. Oh, Decadane, thank you so much.
Here comes a fucking hype train. Get your nose out my McDonald's bag. I'll turn you into a casserole.
And Decadane, we'll be coming back to you in just a moment, so don't you worry about that, good sir.
Well, yeah.
So sort of got a little event that I'm sort of aiming towards, a personal event goal, as it were. So that's kind of a reason to kind of kickstart that, as it were. So
I'm always very responsive to people who say things like, I need to do this, or I have to do this, because the only reason to do any of this is I want to do this. Right?
Oh yeah, and the want is just to fit into some banging looking clothes, as it were.
And the thing is, though, that's the only reason I will accept is that you want to do it. I just don't like the way that people say, "Oh, I need to do this," or "I have to do this," because I'm like, who's making you do this? You know, and because I don't get me wrong, I completely understand there's a lot of pressure, especially on people who are presenting female, to look a certain way, weigh a certain amount. I mean, it's not just ladies, it's guys too. I get that, but like. The only reason you should ever do anything involving your body is because you want to. That
Agreed.
Is pretty much, I would say, almost without exception.
Completely. I mean, admittedly, from my point of view as well, there are some medical-related things where it's like losing the weight would aid in some things, in theory.
That's the thing.
But
sometimes yes, but sometimes no, because a lot of times in like history, people have said, "Oh, well, you've got XYZ wrong with you. It would get better if you lost weight," and. Either people don't lose weight because it's not possible, or they do and then find out, oh, it didn't magically fix it. And then you realize that the doctor may not actually know what will make it better.
True,
and they just say lose weight because that's all they can think of.
But this being said, though, I can relate to that on a very personal level because I've done it before. And I sort of know how I felt in myself physically and whatnot. So
these are all me talking about general specific ones, so sorry for the noise, y'all.
No, all good. So, but yeah, I digressed there a little bit, but you know what?
My fault.
But Decadane, as you did pop in, and as you have also noted as well, folks, you may notice that on the pinned comment as well. I know it said pinned tweet. That's not a thing now because we don't use that platform. But the pinned comment on this stream and was the link. We might even share it again in the chat actually, just to be sure, so it appears on screen.
I made a tiny URL to make it easier.
Ironically, I can't. If you can share it for me again, that would be cool.
Don't worry. I think it will work if I type it like this.
Cool, but so we've got a link there, sort of a little mini customized link that we've made, as it were, because the Decadane is doing his annual Danemus charity drive, if you will.
That's not a link, for fuck's sake. So excuse me.
Ignore that one.
Fine.
Ignore that one.
I'll get rid of that one in a minute.
But either way, all you can alternatively go to justgiving.com/page/Danemus-2024. The Decadane is raising money for St. Margaret's Somerset Hospice.
Oh, fucking hell, Claire. Can you please spell this right?
All right, hang on. You know what? Hang on.
I'm very angry with myself right now.
Right, that one.
No! The fucking pinned one. The pinned one.
Yeah, it's also the pinned one, all right? But anyway. So.
Sorry.
Right, we'll try this again.
How is it possible to make this many mistakes in one tiny...
I know we're live, but anyway, take two. Our good friend the Decadane is raising money for St. Margaret's Somerset Hospice. throughout December for a couple of weeks or so. In fact, it's specifically the 14th to the 21st, but the Just Giving page is up now. The Decadane himself will be doing a number of streams over on his channel, which is at the Decadane. So do go and check out the Decadane's channel so you can see what they are going to be up to over the course of that particular week. There will be fun. And if you can support him...
It will be mandatory.
There you go. But if you can support in any way, it's much appreciated. But I'm sure Decadane will agree, even if you can't, even just sharing that link or spreading a bit of love elsewhere is also just as powerful a move in this context as well.
This is also the period of the year where if you get too close to the Decadane, you'll suddenly find yourself wearing a Danemas t-shirt. It happens. I've done it, Jeremy. There it is.
There you go. There you go. You know what I'm going to do? Hang on.
Hey, that weight is always just wonderful.
So as we say, if you can contribute in any way, shape or form, it would be lovely. But all the information you need is at that link and over on the Decadane's channel at the Decadane. So video game market in Brighton, as I mentioned, went there
I'm
with...
gonna mute myself while I eat.
No, that's cool. Story time with Jeremy, if you will. So, went there with, as I said, Matty Boo, with Stitcher, Freya Prito, Necker Riddles. It was in the same venue that all bar Necker Riddles we had gone to before, and we were all kind of a bit, this event is a bit empty, as it were, sort of trying to figure out how things were going and such. And sort of didn't leave a great impression, but there was also a part of me when we were sort of arranging to meet up again for kind of like a quarterly meetup, if you will, that thought, you know what, I'm morbidly curious as to how this event's going to be based on the last one. I kind of want to see what's changed, if anything. So we all decided we would rock up. There is the doggo cam for you folks. We all decided that we would rock up, and we did, and we got inside, and do you know what, Claire? Little things of that there weren't a lot of vendors. It felt kind of, there was just a weird vibe last time. There was kind of, it was hard to articulate, but it just felt very kind of empty and soulless in a way is how I would describe it. But this time, more vendors, the layout was better thought out to compensate for people walking everywhere. There was more space actually filled because there was like just a lot of empty space as well, which didn't help. And the vibe was good. They had some music playing. People actually seemed, dare I say, happy in there to be there. And you know what? It was actually all right. I think we each got like a few bits and bobs here and there. Didn't spend massive amount of money. I did nearly get a Dreamcast because I mentioned it on the stream last week. Ended up not, because I thought, you know what? Might be able to find something else better elsewhere. Just the way it worked out and timing and such. But I did get a few things. Would you like to see some of the few things that I got? Okay, bear with me. I have prepared this. So I said going in that, right, I've got like a list of old games I would love to be able to find if I can. Kind of some old Super Famicom games, Japanese Super Nintendo. And maybe like some Japanese games in general. That's kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. There was one stall, and then I suddenly saw something, and I just immediately called the guy over at the vendor and just said, how much for this? He said a tenner, and I went, deal. To which I then got a Japanese copy of Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Match 2000, which is actually on an upcoming Marvel vs. Capcom collection, like the one, Capcom Fighting Collection, sorry, like the Marvel collection that's come out. The other one where that clip of me where I'm going mental over like Power Stone and Capcom vs. SNK, it's one of those games. But Japanese copy, it's not got the spine card that normally comes with Japanese games, but it's in good nick, disc is good, case is there and everything, and I thought, you know what, for a tenner, good pickup. Always interested in that, as it were. And as Matty says there, an utter deal. And there were some other Japanese games there, like they had some of the Naruto GameCube games, which I've actually owned most of, but then as the new ones came out, I kind of sold and upgraded. I nearly bought one of them again. I thought, you know what? I don't need it. I want to get it, but I don't need it, kind of thing. Yet. Or I want to get one that's in a bit better nick.
Anybody who goes to these shows need any of the things they
well,
buy,
fair
really.
point. But also like, the condition, it was like, I'm a bit of a stickler, but you know, for this, I thought, you know what? For a tenner, that's not a major loss, as it were. The next thing I got was at a particular stall. They had like a big section of their booth, which was basically everything in these bins collectively is 4 for £10. So it's like a mixture of like PS2 games, Xbox, you name it, every kind of stuff, like recent, old, random tap, you name it. So Matty says I was being an enabler again, don't know what you're talking about. So I was at this booth and I picked out 2 things, and then I literally just said to Matty, I can't, there aren't 2 other things that I want to get. Do you want to just find 2 things? So he did, and I just bought them for him because, like, why not? It's 4 for a tenner. Why not? But the 2 things I got were a PlayStation 2 game called No One Lives Forever. Now, this is a game that is stuck in licensing hell and has not had a re-release. If you want to Google it, feel free. It's kind of like a James Bond-esque feeling game, and admittedly, the disc, I'm not sure if it will show up very well on the camera, it's proper scuffed looking. That's not going to show up too well. You can probably see some of the scratches if you look hard enough, but it's not. Anyway, it's proper scuffed. But then I thought, well, for a sec, exactly, Decker, right? Exactly. Yeah, there was a PC version as well. But yeah, I thought, you know what? I've always wanted to play it. If basically £2 I can somehow fix this disc and get it to work, I wouldn't mind playing it on stream at some point or something, because I'm genuinely curious to see if it holds up and if I enjoy it as a whole. It might be good fun. So, got that. The other thing I got...
Can I just point out that this game is colloquially known as NOLF?
Yep.
Which I think is brilliant. No one lives forever. Anyway.
So, the other thing I got, I saw it. Matty saw it. He bought it separately, but I saw it and thought I must get one of these. And I have acquired a Sega Mega Drive bath mat. It literally looks like, there you go, it looks like that. Like a Sega Mega Drive 2. It is a bath mat.
You shared this in the group chat, and I honestly didn't know what it fucking was.
Take your bathroom to the next level like a winner after every wash. The Sega Mega Drive bath mat is the perfect gift for fans and collectors alike. On its own, Claire, this thing was £3, but it was part of the 4 for 10. I thought, why not? I know I said I wasn't gonna get anything I don't need, but why not? I could always do with another mat. So those were literally the 3 things that I bought at the retro video game market. There were a few other things, like people had like Japanese copies of like Pokemon Stadium that looked in really good nick, but I was like, not today, as it were. Like, just it didn't. There was something about the price. I was like, could I haggle? But I thought, you know, I can't be bothered, sort of thing. But it was a fun time. I know that Freya Perito and Nekaridos were playing on one of the arcades they had there for a while. Good fun. We all just had a chill time, as it were, and just a good vibe all around. So, for the retro video game market, genuinely big improvement. Can I get the thumbs up to work? There you go. Big improvement on last time. From August, I think it was. Matty could probably correct me if I'm wrong. So, genuinely very, very good improvement.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad. I mean, it's either they've taken on... I'm not muted.
Yeah.
Either they've taken on, like, feedback, or they've just looked at it and gone, oh, thing's really naff, we need to get better. Like, well, either way, I'm glad it's getting better, you know?
Bear with me, I have to lower my chair per the redemption in the chat.
Wow, there was a No One Lives Forever too? There was.
Yep, there was. Oh, I feel really low now, flipping heck. Yeah, apparently there was, but yeah, in terms of No One Lives Forever 1, also, I will put my chair back up at 35 minutes past, aka 25 minutes to.
In 2017, both the original game and the sequel were released with fan-made patches as free downloads at the No One Lives Forever Revival project, apparently. So if your game doesn't work, there is also another option to maybe play it that way.
Good to know, good to know.
Good to know.
But it's just a shame the game's never had a re-release, quite frankly. In fact, you know what? I might see if I can pull up a trailer for it. Hang on, let me see if I can get this to work.
I'm just going to mute while I finish off my burger.
Cool, you do that. All is good. Let me see if I can find a good trailer for it, because... I've just typed in No Lives Forever, that's a good start. No One Lives Forever. Okay, I should have thought about this. Right, trailer, bear with me, folks. Because even just playing the video in the background just adds a little bit of context. All of these trailers are just like, what? In fact, a No One Lives Forever PS2 trailer, even better. Right, let me see if I can make this work. Bear with me. There we go. So the audio might come through. I'll hit pause on that. Let's see if I can get this to work. Not you pretty much hear the audio, Claire, but
Agent Archer, how thoughtful of you to join us.
Not at all, Mr. Smith.
those captions have just disappeared.
If you don't mind me asking, how are you planning on cracking those safes?
That's a trade secret, laddie.
It's just got proper like GoldenEye vibes about it, and that's really why I want to play it.
You are the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. Can you cook and clean too?
No, but I can put you in the hospital if you want.
God, that dialogue doesn't age well, but they're going with like the time period and stuff. But it's just got proper GoldenEye vibes about it. And that's really why I want to play it. I've never played it before.
So, the fly has rung the doorbell of the spider.
We don't want to spoil our track, do we?
Hopefully the audio is coming through for you okay as well, everyone watching. Please do let me know. If it's not, I'll change something.
We're going aboard.
Oh, I really want to play this now. I'm going to have to try and get that disc to work.
So I was watching on the stream, which is about a second out of sync with Jeremy in my call. And I would disagree. I'd say that dialogue is hilarious because literally the next second she's like, no, but I could break your legs if you want.
Oh,
which is
100%.
perfect.
It's great, literally.
It's like when people go like, oh, I can't watch Johnny Bravo anymore because I'm a feminist. I'm like, when did it ever end well for Johnny Bravo? I want to ask you this. Literally never. Come on, man. It's a feminist icon.
But yeah, so that's why I sort of I saw it, and I very rarely see a copy in the wild, and I just thought, you know what, why not? For a couple of quid, if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter, quite literally. So those were my purchases from the retro video game market. But as Matty has also pointed out in the chat, as I put some music back on in the background, there we go. I did actually assist Matty with a purchase because Matty wanted. He had his eye was looking out for a copy of Pokémon Ultra Moon, as it were, but specifically just the cartridge. And we kind of found, and there were a couple other things as well. I won't give away all of Matty's trade secrets, but we sort of found a copy of Ultra Moon. I think it was roughly 25 quid or something, but you know, each of us have like a budget, as it were, and Matty had already bought some stuff, and it's kind of going against it. So I lent a helping hand, as it were, and I enabled this transaction to happen. Then, because I paid in cash, got a £5 off, so I only got it for 20. So there you go. Though I very rarely carry cash, I thought, you know what? Just in case someone doesn't have a card reader, let's make this work.
Jeremy's like the queen. Not dead, just doesn't carry cash.
I have my uses. So yeah, good times were had by all, but do you want to know what else we did, though? Before we move on to another topic of conversation for a few minutes, after we had consumed Piazza back at Chateau La Damati in Stitcher, we sort of started looking on YouTube.
Chateau de la Boue.
There you go. Even better. Chateau de la Boue. So we were going on YouTube and looking up some stuff, and Matty was like, so, what do you want to watch for a few minutes? And we were going through playlists, and then we suddenly came across Sailor Moon musicals. And there was a playlist of what I could only describe as an obscene amount of Sailor Moon musicals. I knew there were a lot. There were far too many, and these are all just on YouTube, and it's like, which one should we pick? And it's like, I don't know. I think we ended up going from one of the ones from like 2001, because there were like 3 that year. It turned out it was a fan sub, so we also tried to follow the fan subs as well. And we sort of vaguely figured out the timeline that this may be set in if you really tried hard enough. And you know what? It was an interesting watch.
The SMU, the Sailor Moon universe.
We only got through Act 1, because at that point it was getting late, so we started to depart and whatnot. But as Matty says there, it was a bit of a fever dream, to say the least. But you know what? I can understand. They also had like a little bit of B-roll ahead of the musical starting. They showed like people queuing, kids all being dressed up as Sailor Scouts and whatnot. It was sort of it was cool to see because I've never really engaged in the Sailor Moon musical side of things. I've engaged in
It's an entire thing. It's been going on for like 30 years.
It's its own genre, basically. So it was cool to see that, actually, sort of a bit of that in action. I'm sure at some point in the near future.
I wonder if it was the first musical of an anime thing, because that is very much a thing now. I think the first one I saw was back in the early 2000s. Someone showed me some rips of the Prince of Tennis musical. Well, I say there's probably like 17 of them now. But for some reason, just watching them dance across the screen and do like this, and the, whoa, the Prince of Tennis has stuck with me for like 25 years now.
You did bring that up, Marty, I do remember that. But yeah, so no doubt when we next meet up at Chateau de la Boue, we'll probably end up watching Act 2.
Chateau de la Boue for Act 2.
Chateau de la Boue!
We also came up with the name of Matty's evil alter ego, which was Booty Matt.
The booty mat. It's got to be said in that way.
I'm sorry for it. I figured being silent is not great, so I've only got chips to eat now.
No,
so
it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. So you don't, Matty. That is a lie. Objection.
You love us.
So
really.
as I now pull up the chair, I return to height. So the other thing I fancy having a little chat about, and I'm sure folks who are watching can chime in as well. This week, or at least PlayStation are engaging in it all this week, is the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, just as a whole. And one, that's kind of wild, but a really cool thing that happened if you own a PS5 console is there was a system update where they stealth installed a 30th anniversary update.
They did.
So you can customize your PS5 a little bit, have like a different theme depending on the console, and then
theme. Yeah.
I'll talk about it more in a second. Skin is probably the better way to put it. And the thing I didn't know, and I had a genuine, proper big nostalgia moment, was when I next turned on the console. You get the regular startup screen, and then suddenly you get the old school PlayStation BIOS loading thing. And it really took me back.
Jeremy,
what?
Did you see the video of Keith reacting to it?
No.
I have just sent it to you on Discord.
Oh, have I got to try and make this work?
I would like you to try and play it, mainly because you haven't yet.
Okay. Oh my god. Right, hang on.
I edited it to make it. So for clarification, while Jeremy's figuring this out, I saw on a friend's Facebook about this. And it had actually been the day before, and I was like, shit, because Keith would have loved this. And I thought, hang on, there's no way they did it for just one day. And sure enough, I turned on my PS5, there it was. So I immediately turned it off again. And I was like, Keith, I need to borrow you.
Okay, I think I've got it to work. Hang on, I think.
Okay, so I called him into the living room.
Right, bear with me.
And I said, just watch this. And there's a 13-second video that I made of Keith's reaction. Make sure the sound is on, Jeremy.
I hope it is.
It does have subtitles. Right, this was Keith's reaction.
That's good shit. Gonna clean all the cum out of my pants now.
Oh, flippin' heck!
There you go. I hope it had sound for everyone else, because I don't have it.
I hope it did have sound, folks, because I tried. If it didn't, it didn't.
If it didn't, hit me up and I'll post it. I think actually it's on Keith's Facebook, so if anyone's got Keith on Facebook, they'll have seen it. Yeah. No. So I didn't want to post it because it was so like Peggy 18. I basically only shared it in group chats, and I said to Keith, like, if you want to share this, you can share it, but I'm not going to be the one that shares it. And, as a result, he did share it. Fun fact, it made me laugh. One of the people who commented on Keith's post was like, wow, the sound sounds really good coming out of your whatever speaker sound setup you've got there. Jeremy, would you agree that the sound sounds really good on that video of the sound?
It was incredibly loud in my ears, and I thought, flip an heck. And then I thought, wait a minute.
That's because it's not actually the sound.
I was going to say, I did wonder, wait a minute. If I know Fel Floney, you've enhanced it.
I put the sound in because I didn't want it to be missed, you know. And in order to like balance Keith's voice with everything, Also, there's a lot. The original video has a lot of me in it because I'm holding the phone, so there's me going. So I had to go and like edit all that out as well. But yeah, as a result, I have a 13-second video of Keith just being absolutely disgusting, but I thought it was very funny. But yeah, and also the censored Peggy 18 noises. That was my idea for the description. But yes, so Jeremy, yes, Keith noticed, and it was fun.
There you go. But yeah, so admittedly, I've left mine on the PlayStation 2 theme because I'm just getting a lot of like.
Me too, actually. Keith wanted it on the PlayStation 2 one, which I was surprised by.
Do you know what it is? There's just
that's my console.
There's
really,
something about the interface where I love the sound when you're just going from like button to button. Like just that sound, it's really satisfying.
The thing is, it was weird because we tried the PS1. I don't know if you tried the PS1 one, but it isn't. The thing is, before PS3, there wasn't really an interface like. So they've just had to kind of like give it almost like a topic, like you said, like the coloring and stuff. There was no like in PS2. It was like you don't put game in, then PS2 no do anything. You know, like that's just kind of how it worked.
I will say, being a like needy little prick, I guess, but it's a shame they didn't try to recreate like the moving element of the screen because it was just like a static image, but.
Yeah.
And also, to point this out as well, why is this only limited time on your console?
You are not the only person who said that. Keith was like, if they take this away, I was like, they're going to take it away. And he's like, I want to keep it. I was like, the thing is, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, Jeremy, but you can't theme a PS5.
Yep.
And because the PS4 that I've got it upstairs, it still has a skin on from like Final Fantasy VII that he put.
Yep.
And it's like PS5s can't be themed because their theme adjusts to whether you're in the media library or whatever game you've got on, and it's like fine, but why have you not let us do this? It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope if they see that there is enough. Do you know what? I will say this now, and I regret this. I would even be willing to pay a few quid to keep that theme. I shouldn't have to, given they put it on there for free. But genuinely, if I could keep that PS
one off, because they can fuck off if they want me to pay monthly.
Yeah, exactly. So if I could like pay like a one-time couple of quid fee to keep like the PS2 sounds at least, 100%, I'd do it.
The opening music is the thing that Keith really.
Yeah, the
PS1 music. But so fun fact, the update didn't work quite right on our PS5. So like it would do the brrr noise when it came on, but then when we tried to change themes. Nothing worked. Like the theme was there, but nothing actually worked. And at one point, we were in the PS2 theme, and I was just looking at the TV as it failed to YouTube for like the 40th time, and I was like, "Is this part of it?" And keep up what? And I was like, "Well, the PS2, like, you know, wasn't really online, so maybe." And he was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, that's stupid. Don't be dumb." And then like 20 minutes later, he's like, I mean, they wouldn't do that. I was like, no, I don't think they would. So we had to like force it to update, and then we're like, oh, now it works. But there was that few seconds of, they wouldn't do that, would they? That was really fucking dumb if they did.
But this got me onto the thought of, you know what? Let's just discuss some like PlayStation memories, because no matter what anyone says, the PlayStation changed gaming forever. Because at the time it came out, at the time of my first exposure to it, I was full on N64, playing GoldenEye, all that kind of stuff. I was a Nintendo kid, and so the concept of getting something different, like I didn't even have a Mega Drive, to be honest. Well, actually, I had a Mega Drive later on, because I bought one when they were dirt cheap.
I didn't have the console.
Well, yeah. But I did legit. Anyway, that's a different discussion for another day. But primarily, I was a Nintendo kid through and through. And so then I remember, this is a weird story, but I was in a pantomime, sort of in northwest London where I grew up, and backstage I had like a couple of dressing rooms, like, the easy way to sum up, the gentlemen and children and whatnot, and then you had like ladies' room, children and whatnot. And in the gents' room is where we set up my N64, as I believe someone eloquently put it, to keep the kids quiet during the show, which backfired when one time we did, Aladdin, and I was the genie, and there were lines said on stage, and they called for the genie. The genie did not appear because the genie was too busy playing Mario 64 in the back room.
You just like they just zoom the microphone and it's just like no, that's the wrong music. I was like do 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 do. Jeremy, I've just put a link in the chat that if you haven't seen that meme before, please have a look at that video, because I believe Jeremy was this kid.
Hang on, let me see if I can copy it up breaking anything. There's a lot of ad hoc going on today. Hang on. Oh, right. Hang on. Oh, I think I know where this is going. I've just seen the preview. Right. Hang on. So, right. Hang on. Music off. Let's see if we can get this to work. Yeah, kind of. They slow it down. I've never seen the full clip of this, actually.
It's just so sweet, and just like, and every time somebody mentions a Nintendo 64, all I can think of is this kid and his like eyes being magnetically drawn to the box, and being like, he'd open something and be like, yeah, but the 64 though, you know, like he's opening this car and then he's like, 64! He's got that metal screaming on. Yeah, so it's a well-known meme, but it's fun.
Oh,
anyway.
It's so good. But yeah, so my first exposure, there is a story to this, is that my half brother, I don't know how, but he had
a half brother.
Long story, but yes.
I've known you for years, and I had no idea you had any siblings at all.
Long story.
Oh, is it one of... Yeah, no, okay, carry on.
Long story, different stream.
Yeah.
But
okay. Get the fuck out of my
he
face.
somehow had a Japanese PlayStation, and he brought it, and he had Tekken with him, and when we all saw him playing that, it was like a light bulb went off, and it went on, and we sort of all looked back at the 64 and went, I love that. But what is this?
It's like that Jeremy Clarkson meme. This is great, but I like this.
And I remember that was my first exposure. I didn't have any idea what I was looking at. I was also told, well, all us kids were basically told, kids, 2 steps back. This is expensive.
Yeah, don't fucking touch it with your gross little kid's hands.
Basically, so, which I get in hindsight. At the time I was like, but can I? No.
But one touch can't just touch with eyes, must touch with grubby little paws.
And I had no idea what I was seeing, because I was obviously on a disc as well. So we saw him put a disc in. It's like, what? What's going on? Because I was a sheltered child.
Sorry, that was really bizarre, and I'm sorry I went completely out there. Have you ever heard of a game called Tech Infantry?
Tech Infantry?
Yeah, no, I haven't heard of it either, and I think it's like another like mini wargaming kind of game.
Okay. Is this our attempt to get like the Tekken SEO?
No, it's nothing to do with Tekken at all. The reason that I've mentioned it is because I just Googled Danemus to see if Ian was the first hit. He's not. It's on this Tech Infantry wiki, and it says, and I quote on this wiki page, on techinfantry.fandom.com/wiki/Danemus, it says, Danemus is December 25th of the human calendar and is the date on which adherents of the cult of the Emperor celebrate the birth of the Emperor and Savior, Vin Dane. So this is a whole like fantasy like storyline that I was not aware of. So Vin Dane is the Emperor of the Holy Terran Empire. This is very similar to 40k, but not quite 40k. This is very weird. I just was like, I'm sorry, what? So, there we go. Vin Dane, the head of the Terran Empire in the Tech Infantry tabletop fan-created... Oh, so it's a fan-created tabletop RPG, which is an expansion pack to the old World of Darkness games, which are published by White Wolf Publishing. So it's a fan-made, like, almost homebrew, but it's clearly well-established enough that it's got its own, like, lore. But I was a bit like, I'm sorry, what? That's fucking weird. Anyway, sorry, continue.
No, that's fine. I've got to try and get my train of thought back. That's caught me off guard.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
ADHD.
so I'm totally shocked about this, but then, because it was the Japanese one, and they were kind of gradually launching it around the world, I think America then got it after, eventually, and then eventually it came to Europe. So it was one of those things where it was like it felt like forever, the timeline. But yeah, I didn't get a PlayStation till a good few years later, and I think I remember one of the first games I played was Final Fantasy VII and being very confused because I'd never played an RPG game.
Yeah, you're like, why am I not? I want to punch. I want to punch.
Yeah, and then I think I also had Tekken 2, and that was like, yeah, that's my jam, kind of thing. But
That's my jam.
yeah, that first PlayStation it shaped a lot of me, as it were. But we'll get onto the PS2 specifically, because I think that probably shaped me more in the grand scheme of things. But
I think it's due to the fact that the age we were as well. Like
100%.
you and I are slightly too young to maybe be the target prime audience for the PlayStation 1 or the PSX. Keith was. In fact, I'm sure he won't mind me telling his story quickly before we moved on to the PlayStation 2 chat. Keith, as I may have mentioned before, comes from a moderately large family. He has 2 brothers, so there's 3 of them in total, of which he is the eldest and shortest. But one good thing meant that if you were about having 3 kids who were all the same gender, meant that if you were going to buy a game console, you knew you were going to get like 3 kids worth of entertainment out of it. You know, it was definitely worth your money. So what they did was one Christmas, and I don't know which Christmas it was. Keith will probably be able to tell me exactly one, but it must have been after 97. In fact, it might have been Christmas 97 or 98, probably 97. They received as their joint gift from their parents a PSX, and I think the reaction was probably like that little kid, but like times 3. And each of the boys got a game that was their game to play on the PS1, and I can't recall the third one. There was definitely somebody had an SSX Tricky game or something, or Wipeout or something, a game like that.
Wipeout probably would have been a surefire
it was
hit.
one of those. I mean, Keith, they all played each other's, of course.
Yeah.
But Keith's game was obviously Final Fantasy VII. And
he got the 3-disc game.
I don't know how they knew to buy it for him, because I mean, he can't. This is like, we're talking about the weird before times where Keith can't have been a Final Fantasy VII fan because he hadn't played it yet, and I can't even wrap my head around that. That's weird to me because it's so part of his personality that I can't even imagine.
Do you reckon it's because it had the word fantasy in it? Was Keith like a fantasy?
He and his mum have a very similar like reading, like the things they like to read. Like they like sci-fi, they like fantasy. I mean, all his brothers like to read, but Keith was the book bug, and I think his mum knew that as well. So it could be that. I'll ask him about it. But yeah, so that was always like a very sweet memory of the fact that they got a PS1 for all 3 of them, and they got a game each, and Keith's was the Final Fantasy VII game. And apparently, what used to happen was because it's a single player game, obviously, he would sit and play it, and his younger brother, who would have been, well, in 97, Keith would have been
X years old.
9? I want to say 9?
X years old.
No, hang on. So he's born in 81, so he'd be how old? God, he'd be 16. No, that's too old, surely.
XX years old.
I'm not good at stuff. 10... 15. 15, yeah. Let's say he was 15, I don't know. But his youngest brother is about my age, so he would have been about 12 or 11. So he would sit and watch Keith play like he was watching a soap opera. And in fairness, that's kind of what I do now. Keith play games like, this is fun, what's going on, where are we going? But yeah, so there we go. That's the end of, let's draw a line under PSX and move on to PS2.
Well, I was going to say, before we move on to PS2 specifically, do you yourself have any like PSX/1 era memories, or was it just part of the PS2 that you could play both generations?
I never had a console of my own before the PS2. My friends had Mega Drives, and I remember a PSX being at my friend's house, and were all the discs for the PSX black?
Yes.
Did I imagine that? Were they?
The underneath were black.
Yeah, no, I remember that, and I remember knowing how to open like the machine and to put the disc in and stuff like that. It's amazing the kind of things you remember through muscle memory. Like, I think if you gave me the exact version of a VHS player I had as a kid, I could still do it. An adult me would not know how to do it. I opened up a goddamn sewing machine the other day, and I'd threaded 2 bobbins onto it before I realized what I was doing. And this is something that requires like 17 steps, and I'm like, how do I know how to do this?
Just muscle memory.
Yeah, and I was like, the thing is, a sewing machine, you don't want to fuck it up, you know, because otherwise you end up like sewed to the wall or something. But no, yeah, it's amazing what you remember. But yeah, no, I never had a PlayStation myself. So.
You know what else I remember now? I just suddenly thought of it. A big part of my PS1 era was I discovered import games were a thing. And
it was all downhill from there.
And I was fascinated by like just the whole concept. And it made a lot of sense. Like I mentioned, my brother had a Japanese PlayStation, and I remember he also had like a Japanese copy of Street Fighter 2 on the Super NES as well. That's how I first ever saw Street Fighter.
How did he know how to play it? Like
there were shops in North London.
No. I mean, how did he know how to play it? Like, it was all in Japanese. How did he?
Well, so in the case of Tekken, a lot of those kind of games have a lot of English in them.
Oh,
so sometimes like the menus or like the actual on-screen display, like character names might be in Japanese, but sometimes you can pretty much, there are some games that are pretty much all in English.
Yeah, it's very pictorial, isn't it? So you'd be like, oh, I'm moving my thing and a carrot's popping up. I bet I know what to do here.
Or sometimes you just kind of learn the character, as in the text characters for like yes and no or on and off.
Oh yeah, and you learn the X and Z and
exactly,
X and 0 are yes and no and stuff like that.
But I have a vivid memory that I really didn't want to chip my PS1. Like, really didn't. I don't know why.
Jesus, I haven't even fucking thought about that phrase in years. Right?
And I think eventually I did, because I really wanted to play a Japanese Dragon Ball Z game that I bought, because there was Ultimate Battle 22, and then there was, like, Dragon Ball Z Legends, I think it was. And I remember this is a dumb memory to have. I got it chipped, and I was like, I didn't want to... I did, but didn't want to do that. I felt bad for doing it. And then a boot disc was released that you could use to then play Japanese games. So I then went back to the shop and I asked them, can you remove the chip, please, so I can buy this disc? To which I think they just went,
no.
All right. And they probably just charged me and didn't do it. But,
yeah, they were like, it's free money.
Right. So I got the boot disc, and the way they did it was where the hatch closes at the back, there's like a little clip. You put a spring that comes with the disc underneath it. So
that's all it is. It's so physical.
Yeah,
it's
so it keeps the lid open, and you just switch the discs out.
It's so hardware orientated in a way that you cannot imagine. All today, it's very funny.
It's so good. But however, I did notice something different in Dragon Ball Z Legends. With the chip in, it played everything fine. But then as soon as I put the boot disc in, some of the menu music never loaded again.
How weird that is.
So there you
Lex said, for the PS1, I got a Game Hunter action reply thing that goes into the weird serial report that allows you to do this one. Yeah, because that's nothing. Because it was so hardware orientated, there were probably multiple ways of doing it. You know, like because it wasn't like a case of rewrite its brain. It was more like tie its hand behind its back. You know, that kind of thing.
But the other thing that I didn't realize that a chip one do to go on that fact actually and follow on from that was, I actually never realized until a lot later that PS1 discs were basically CDRs.
So when that's the capacity,
Yeah, so when it came to like games being pirated and stuff, and apparently like it would load up the boot screen, but rather than the PS logo, it would have like a skull and crossbones on it or something. It was really weird.
It's like I don't know if you remember this, but in the early 2000s, when you were burning fan subs onto CD, the amount of fan subs that would fit on a CD was 5.8 or something stupid like that. It was so close to being 6, but it wasn't quite 6. So you had to like give the CD to someone going, I'm really sorry, it's only 5. You could only ever get 5 episodes on CDR.
And the fact you were saying I'm sorry as well, we were all like, I can only get 5 on there, I'm sorry.
Maybe it was it was definitely 5. I remember this because my boyfriend at the time received Furikuri, which is 6 episodes, and he obviously had it on a CDR which had the 5 episodes on. Now, I don't know if you've ever watched Furikuri without watching the last episode. It's annoying because the last episode makes it all make sense, and I was so angry. And I was like, and he was like, you need to watch the last episode, it'll make it make sense. I was like, that is fucking impossible. And he was like, no, you have to. And it was a long time before I actually watched that last one. Mad about how dumb and confusing 1 to 5 were. Anyway.
So you got a PS2, and you said that was your your first console.
The first one I owned.
First one you owned. What just the PS2, go. So just tell us about like your experience of it, what it kind of means to you as a console. Like, you take the lead from me. I've done far too much talking.
It's probably because I was eating McDonald's. The PS2 for me was one of the first things that kind of started acting like a home media hub, in the fact that what it could do.
DVDs.
For example, it could play DVDs. It could also play multi-region DVDs if you had an exploder disc.
It did.
Which was something where you would... you could load in the exploder disc, choose the region, take the exploder disc out, and play your multi-region DVDs. This was back in a day where multi-region was something that you might want. Like nowadays, it's less of a thing because of streaming. But even when I went on to buy a DVD player years later, I bought a Philips model specifically because they are so easy to make region free.
Yeah.
I think that is still the case. I think it might be a code you have to put in at some point. But anyway, so yeah, it could do that. I don't remember if it could play music. I don't think it could.
It can play CDs as well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever really used it for that. I remember, like, I first came into contact with the PS2 at a friend's house would have been the late, the early, it must have been the early 2000s. That's when it came out.
I'll look up the release date, but carry on.
Well, sorry, oh yeah, it's like 2001 or 2, I can't remember. The only reason I know is because Final Fantasy IX came out in the year 2000 PlayStation, and Final Fantasy X came out in 2001.
Yeah, because it was a very late PS1 game, wasn't it? I seem to recall.
9, yes it was. Yeah, it was.
November 24th, 2000 is when it was the UK release.
Yeah, so like it would have been early 2000s. So yeah, I would have been in year 11 or 12 or 13 at school, and my friend had Final Fantasy X, and I would play it at her house. And I just remember one of the things that sticks in my head because of the weird way my memory worked is the fact that she was letting me play, and we were fighting a fire monster, and she's like, you need to use the element that it's weak against. So what do you think I chose?
Fire.
No, I'm not that stupid. Wait, so there's 4 elements in Final Fantasy X. Which one do you think I chose?
I'll give you honest, I've totally forgotten what the monster was. You said that's why I've blanked.
Fire.
Oh, right. Sorry, water.
Yes, which is incorrect. And
of course
it's absolutely infuriating because I just remember her sitting across the room going, "Nein, Wasser," because we both spoke German, and I was just looking at her like, but why? And she was just like, that's just not how it works.
Just like, because.
Even now, I'm just like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But like, I just remember playing the game at her house, and I liked it so much that I wanted to play that game. So the reason I got a PS2 is because I wanted that game. And I must have bought it. I think I might have actually bought it while I was at university. So that would have been 2004. So it wasn't new at that point, the game or the console. And I just remember buying it, and it was one of those things like, buy a PS2 and get like 3 games with it. Could I tell you what the other 2 were? I don't know. I just wanted Final Fantasy X, you know. So I bought that game, and I was very proud of it. I played it all the time. I think I still have the save somewhere. Also, because the PS2 could play PS1 games, I played 8, 9, 7. I actually had to buy you had to buy a different memory card. Do you remember?
You had to have the PS1 memory card for PS1 games, PS2 memory card for PS2 games.
Yep, and I still have it somewhere. I just remember, and it was weird because it was like a third-party one.
The Magic Gate, I think it was called.
Fucking whatever, yeah. And I just remember I came home for Christmas from uni, and I was like, do you mind if I plug my PS2 into the television at home? And my mum was so mad, right? I don't know why she was so mad. I think she just generally didn't approve of games consoles. But the thing is, though, she could have said no, but she didn't. She chose instead to say yes and just stare at me the whole time I plugged it in. Because this was a PS2, so you had the SCART cables, and it was a CRT monitor as well, so I was going around the back and plugging it in. I didn't damage a damn thing, and I've never felt so disapproved of while not doing a crime. And I was like, why are you doing this to me?
It was a luxury to have that SCART port in the front of your TV, the 3 pins.
Yeah, oh no, I don't think I ever saw a TV.
Yeah, I know, likewise.
So there's only 2 more things I wanted to mention. One, which was that my boyfriend at the time's house had a PS2 in it, and we used to play 4-player games on it using the multi-tap.
Oh my god, the multi-tap! Holy shit!
The multi-tap, which is for any children chat, would allow you to connect more than 2 controllers to a PS2 because the PS2 controllers were wired. They were wired to the PS2.
Had the chunky nubbin at the end.
Yes, they did. And so you'd have to it was basically like a USB splitter. You just had to put 4 in, and we play like games that they were like Diablo. We were just running around like, oh, but I don't know how we managed to play it. But one of my best memories is when we played the Dynasty Warriors 3 game. Dynasty Warriors is a long-running series, and it's now branched out into things like Dynasty Warriors Gundam. The first one, I think, was actually a fighter, like Tekken.
Could well have been, actually.
Which is weird because it didn't really because now it's almost a genre in itself now. It's what's called a Muso game. Have you heard of Muso games? You know what I mean?
Yeah, many people to beat up.
Yes, so the reason it's called, I think, Muso is because it's basically you hit hundreds of people, you build up a special attack that's called a Muso, and then you let the Muso attack go.
It's like One Piece Pirate Warriors games, for example. There's a Fist of the North Star one.
It just fits a lot of things. Like the Gundam, when the Muso Gundam games came out, they were perfect for that, you know. But Dynasty Warriors and its like sister one, which I believe is, what the fuck is it called? The Japanese one. It's not Shin Megami Tensei. What's it called? It's like called Samurai something.
Samurai Warriors.
No, it's slightly different. Let me just quickly look that up. So Dynasty Warriors, the setting is the romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is an ancient Chinese novel, which covers about 2,000 years of Chinese history, slightly fictionalized. And
hey, Cliff, welcome. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Cliff. Hiya. What was it? What was it called? It's driving me nuts. Because this was all Chinese characters set in China, but they did have a Japanese version, which was more like, I can't remember what it was called. But it was very similar kind of thing.
Warriors Orochi.
It might have been Warriors Orochi. I'm not good at shit, I'm sorry.
A spin-off series which combines Dynasty and Samurai Warriors plus a few original characters derived from mythology.
Maybe it was called Samurai Warriors then. I'm not good at shit. I never played... it's called Sengoku Muso in Japan.
Oh god, yeah, you said the title. It's like, oh yeah, that one, you know?
Yeah, very similar. But like, it meant that every character you play was probably a real person in Chinese history, although albeit entirely fictionalized, which was really good fun. And Keith and I would play that together all the time. Like, and it had an expansion on like DLC on the PS2, where you'd basically do it like an exploder. You'd put in Dynasty Warriors 3, you'd select Extreme, then you would take out Dynasty Warriors 3, put in the Extreme disc, and then I can't remember if you had to swap it one more time, but it had to basically like load information from the Extreme disc, which had like extra hardened modes and stuff on it. And we played that for years. Like, I mean, they're still making these games now. I think the most recent one is...
I think there's one about to come out. It's like a demo that's had like over 1 million downloads or something.
I played the one that came out, I want to say a few years, maybe 8 or 7. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's the same game. I don't think I'll ever kind of really capture what I had before, you know, because that was very much like of its time. And jumping forward to the PS5, you've got things like, I couldn't find where to put the disc on a PS5. I actually made a video about it because I couldn't find where the disc went in.
If you know, you know.
It's because I was standing up and the PS5 was below my eye line, and if you're standing up and looking down, there is no visible disc slot anywhere on that fucking thing. You have to go down and look. You're like, oh, there you are. I got to slide it underneath a sofa. But yeah, so sorry. Now I've talked for too long. Apologies.
No. Neil, I'm happy to roll with this for a while. I'm having a great time, as it were.
Sorry, go on.
The other thing with the PS2, I mean, I've got lots of thoughts I'll try and convey and remember, but my first memory of the PS2 was that pre-ordering it for release day was a nightmare. And I think the only way you could do it, and maybe like some Matty or Cliff can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I seem to recall...
Cliff missed all the N64 talk we had earlier.
Right, there you go.
Cliff, oh my god, I'm going to share that video. He definitely will have seen it before.
But my memory was you had to go to Curry's, I think specifically to pre-order it, but they were only doing it in bundles. And so I think you got
with a few games.
I think it was like a PS2 with 3 games, and I think that was the only way that you could get that. So
they haven't changed that like 4 years later when I bought it.
Right. So and then I think my mum, bless her, somehow managed to get a pre-order in. And I told her I think I had like a priority list of 5 games to pre-order, like to have on the pre-order.
Can you remember what they were?
They were, in no particular order, SSX, the snowboarding game, Time Splitters, because kind of first-person shooter is good fun, and Tekken Tag Tournament, if I remember correctly.
The 3 Ts.
Because Tekken Tag is one of my favorite games of all time. Me and my friends, we played that non-stop for years, pretty much.
Was it actually tag?
It was literally,
it was like
you chose 2 characters, you could tag in and out the characters.
Oh, I thought it was
so
like the
good.
game of tag, because I'm an idiot. Just imagine them running around like hiding, watching, base! You're like, no, this isn't what tag
smack,
is.
you're it, run away.
You're it, yeah. I may have had the wrong idea for Tekken Tag.
But yeah, so I remember she managed to get the pre-order, and then the box got delivered. However, and like other people at like, because this is a secondary school at this point, other people at school had managed to get one, they'd open theirs up, but the condition of me getting a pre-order for the PlayStation 2 was I couldn't open it till Christmas because it was my Christmas present. So, yeah, no, so it happened, but I didn't open it for a month. It just sat in the house, and my friends were like, "How have you not opened it secretly?" And it's like, I don't need to.
Because, I mean, there's no point, because how do you open it secretly? What? Then you secretly attach it to the television and somehow get away with not being found out. You're not going to, are you?
And also, it made Christmas Day great fun, because I get to play the PlayStation 2 knowing it was going to be there. It was like a different element when I didn't loathe Christmas. But it was just that thing of that excitement level. And also then, like, looking at underneath the disc, and rather than it being black, it was blue.
Was it blue?
It was blue, like the first round of discs had like a blue coating underneath.
Ah, if that's it, I don't think I had any initial one.
There you go. But yeah, the PlayStation 2 was just it was, because you mentioned the word like a multimedia hub. For a load of people, myself included, it was your first DVD player, and so it opened up the doors.
And for a long time, my only DVD player.
Yeah, and it opened up the doors massively from a possibility point of view. In terms of you being able to buy DVDs, play CDs, play PS1 games as well, like you said, as well as PS2.
Like it was no big deal. Nowadays it's like, oh, fuck you if you want to do that. Like,
exactly. And then later on down the line, they released like the slim versions of the PS2, which I always liked the first redesign, the one with the flip lid. I like the first one, not the second one with like the slidey lid. That was really weird to me.
Well, when Keith and I got together in the mid 2000s, we both had a PS2. There is still a PS2 upstairs, but I couldn't tell you whose of it was, and I would be honestly surprised if it still ran. Like, because especially the tiny ones, they did start to overheat and make weird noises after a while. Which, I mean, fair, because, you know, we didn't really have the right tech to slimline things back then, but we were, damn it, we were going to try, you know.
But do you remember as well, around that time, I think, they released the slimmed down version of the PSX, the PSONE. The PS1.
Okay.
It was like the little white PlayStation 1 console.
I don't remember that.
It's like a cute, dinky little thing. It's so good.
I put it in your wallet and take it with you.
But yeah, like PlayStation 2 was freaking great, and I could wax lyrical about it for so much longer, but we might take up the entire stream, so I'll endeavor to move on slightly. But PlayStation 3, I didn't get on the PS3 bandwagon until much later, because my friends and I, between like the PS2 coming out and the PS3, we had honed in on Xbox, and we had decided we really wanted to play Halo, and DOA 3 was going to be on there, Dead or Alive 3, so I wanted to play that, because that was one of my favorite games on the PS2 from like a fighting game perspective, because the mechanics are genuinely DOA memes aside and whatnot, and everything about it visually.
DOA is a legitimately fun game. I know it is like a running joke.
Yeah. So we honed in on Xbox, and then Xbox 360, and then at some point I got a phone contract. This is how many years we're moving on, folks. And the phone contract came with either, I want to say it was like a laptop or a PlayStation 3.
What fucking phone did you have?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's because they were just like trying to flog as much as they could. It was probably around.
Jesus. It's like that Simpsons meme. It's like, you got any of those things left? And he turns around, he's like, yeah, a couple.
And I just thought, you know what? Get the PS3. Why not? Like, I wasn't planning to buy one. But then when I had to then collect it 3 days later, because I had to get them in from head office, I got it and I hooked it up, and I suddenly thought, I'm actually really intrigued. And I sort of looked up the games. There are a lot I wanted to play. There are a lot I couldn't care less about. Like, there's a lot of like PlayStation-centric games from that era I couldn't give a monkeys about. Like Little Big Planet, never got into it, but appreciated it. There were like some other PlayStation franchisey games as well. I just couldn't. It was like, okay, I appreciate it, probably good. I'm not really into it. But one of the games I did want to play was Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriot. So I thought, oh, I get to play that then, because really enjoyed playing Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 across the PlayStation eras and stuff. So I was, oh, cool, get to play 4. Have I played 3? No. Will it matter? Hopefully not. Turns out it did.
I mean, talking about chronology, God no, it's probably like 3 is probably set full.
I mean, 3's technically a prequel to everything, but there you go.
Oh, I don't even, whatever.
But yeah, the PlayStation 3, it took me a while to get used to the whole cross-media bar sort of layout thing, like their OS and orientation system.
Oh, yeah.
But,
it's very different from the PS2.
But I liked it, and as I started playing the PS3 more, I gradually started playing that far more than the 360, bless it. I still played the 360 a decent amount, but it was just that, it was like that, new toy thing, like, oh, what else can I get for this and such. Yeah. So, and I think that's probably when I started turning more towards the PlayStation in general, because at that point, I still love Nintendo, still got like a GameCube and whatnot. I was still getting the Nintendo consoles when I could. Yeah. But the PlayStation 3 was a big turning point, getting me off the Xbox train for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's a great console. There are so many great things about it. So many.
Yeah, it lasted. I think the reason that a lot of people didn't go to, PS4 for a long time is because PS3 is like solid.
And also, it was a Blu-ray player,
Yes, that's a very good point. I mean, you probably know the sad end of our PS3, right, Jeremy?
I think I did. You might have to refresh me.
At the time. Yeah, we were definitely with you during the day. I think we'd left you in town. Jeremy lived up in Glasgow at the time. We had bought our PS3 from England when we moved to Scotland, and we came back after Lynn was staying with us. Do you remember Lynn Mackie? God rest her soul. 3 years gone. 3 years gone this week. Bless her. She would have been 30. She would have been 30 this year. Her. I know. God, it's fucking rubbish. But yeah, she came out and she was just like, "Is your door open?" And I'm like, "I mean, generally not." And literally, we'd been robbed. They bum rushed the door and stolen our PS3.
You were in that place. I've just remembered where you. Right, yeah. I didn't name check the place for safety's sake.
Yeah. We were in our first house. Very much always meant to be temporary. Like we were always going to buy a place, and that was always going to be like but because of where we lived and where like the general like makeup of the area, we were generally the only people who were both out during the day. And I think someone had scoped out the house and realized that this is an opportunity, because as I've always told people, no door will keep a thief out forever. It's just slowing them down, and if they know that you're not there, they'll just take their time.
And you had 2 doors.
Exactly. They went through the storm door and through the. But yeah, long story short, they stole the PS3, and the saddest thing that we lost from that was Keith's Witcher 3 save, which was big. Like it was like, and I don't know if it was like before cloud or Keith had just not used the cloud save, but he always uses cloud saves now. He never doesn't do them. But yeah, that was a great little. And we were like, I remember ringing up the insurance lady, and she was like, "Well, we can do this and we can do that." I was like, "It sounds weird. Do you mind if we don't get replacements, because I feel like they'll just come and steal the next one?" And he was like, "That's absolutely fine, you can have cash instead." I was like, "Thank you, I'm sorry." Yeah, well, no, they understand. I just remember when I told her that they'd stolen the TV, she was just like, "The TV?" Because this was at the time when most of us had big flat screen TVs, not huge, but nobody had CRTs at this point. But she was like, "People don't really steal TVs anymore. They're very heavy. People tend to go for like small, high value things,
like a phone, for example, or a tablet.
Like a phone, or like a small game console. PS3 was not that light, but it's certainly enough.
You didn't have like the OG model, which was like a freaking airplane or something.
I don't think so. But yeah, I just remember thinking that's interesting. The fact they stole a giant TV, which is uncommon, and then it never appeared again, despite the fact it was raining outside. Where did you go with it? Did you leave the building? I know you didn't leave the building. I know you're our downstairs neighbor. It was just like, oh. But anyway, that's my sadness aside. The PS3 was a great little console. And we didn't buy another one. We actually, when we bought a PS4.
I was going to say, because then that brings us on to the PS4 generation, because that's when you then got one.
Why buy another one? Yeah. That's. We still got the PS4. Still works fine. It's upstairs.
Still got mine.
A lot of people I know still use the PS4 because PS5 has been a nightmare to get hold of. Even now, it's still a nightmare to get hold of, which is nuts to me, to be honest.
But also, to a degree, there's still enough coming out on PS4 as well as 5.
Yeah.
They haven't totally left behind everything. Like,
They absolutely haven't sunsetted PS4 for sure.
I mean, heck, you know, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection I've got is a PS4 game, but it will work on PS5.
That's nuts to me. Forwards compatibility.
Right?
What is this?
But PS4, great console. It sounded like a jet engine at times, depending on the game you were playing. But
I mean, the PS5 does that.
oh yeah,
And I'm
true.
like, why are we still doing this? It's been years. What the fuck?
I mean, like the few hours that I played of Last of Us and then went, not for me. Some of it did sound like it was about to take off at one point.
Last of Us, as in the last thing we're gonna hear in this until the fucking building takes off.
but yeah, like, PS4 still is a great console. I have played so much on it. I think that's when I really expanded using apps on a console.
Yeah, well, that was it. Kind of made you, didn't it? That was the way it worked. So yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, admittedly, we're probably not going to talk about PS4 that much in the grand scheme of things because it bleeds into the PS5 generation. But
it kind of does, yeah.
But in terms of sort of seamlessly transitioning, like from one generation to another, it's been pretty easy when it comes to PS4 and 5. Sans getting the hardware, obviously. But
yeah, part of me is like, I mean, arguably getting the hardware so difficult is what's kind of smoothed the edges between 4 and 5 because it's like, people are like, I would go straight to PS5 if I fucking could, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I remember because it was still during sort of lockdowny times and whatnot when PS5s were coming out, and I remember I managed to get one by chance, a PS5. Because I wasn't looking to necessarily get one. I thought, look, I'll get one eventually, but like if I happen to be able to get one, I will take the chance and do it. And eventually I think I managed to get it on Amazon because I sort of had like a link bookmarked. So I thought, all right, I'll just refresh that like a couple of times a day when I remember to do it and just see if it was there. And I refreshed it and it suddenly said add to cart, and I thought, sign in, do it now, get on the phone.
It's a sign.
And I did it, and then it arrived, and like I like the machine. In the grand scheme of things, it probably wasn't a giant leap between PS4 and 5, like from what I've noticed, but yeah, like it doesn't run as slow as my PS4 does trying to start up.
I think PS5 is more like the opportunity for, if that makes sense. It's like when you buy a 4K TV and you don't have any 4K films yet. You're like, okay, it looks the same when I'm watching my things, but when I get 4K films, they're gonna look fucking amazing. You know, this kind of thing. And like the whole thing with Final Fantasy VII, you had to choose whether to play between what was it called, performance mode or
that's the one thing I don't like about this generation is having to choose.
This is not, they're getting rid of it, but at the start you had to, and I think Keith was like, what? Was I doing that? He couldn't even remember if he'd been doing it or not.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like, the way I look at it, and some people will disagree with me, and feel free, but my opinion...
I disagree, no, I'm just kidding.
but my opinion stands. The way I look at it is, if I have bought a gaming console, not a PC specifically, because the idea of trying to get into PC gaming, it's genuinely like, it frightens me at times just because it's so wild.
Also, it's probably not that comfortable for you, Ja, because like, I don't know about you, but whenever I think about a game and find out it's only on Steam, I feel a bit sad because I'm like, it's not as comfortable for me to play a PC game as it is for sitting on my sofa with the Switch in my hand or whatever. So yeah.
Literally. And there's an element of, I should just be able to like put it in the console, it plays. I shouldn't have to make a choice about the experience I may or may not get.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I think I just generally go for performance because it's like, well, it's still gonna look good.
I'm not gonna know.
The rain just won't look better than my eyeballs can actually see, you know?
Yeah, there will come a point where you're like, I don't know what show it was that said it, but it was like, oh, it's better resolution than real life. It might have been but I was like, we will get to a point where it is better resolution than real life, and we won't know what the fuck to do with ourselves.
Futurama and Simpsons predicts a lot.
Simpsons did it! Anyway.
But yeah, like current generation, I still have a good time with it. There are still games, I've got such a backlog of games that I'm never gonna play. But I think if anything now, I'm being more selective in what I play, sort of on PlayStation, only because like there are so many games that just take like 100 hours and whatnot, and I don't have that time. Like for example, us doing this stream pretty much every week, I love doing it, but this is very much us hanging out, playing some games, having a laugh, doing something different, a nice decompress.
Yeah.
But if I play a game on a PS5, like, sometimes I get some mates round and we'll play something, but more often than not, we end up just playing something like a Mario Kart on the Switch because it's just more multiplayer orientated, and trying to do that kind of thing on a PS5 is actually kind of difficult if you want to do it locally.
I didn't know that.
I mean, that's what I found anyway.
I don't think I've ever tried.
I mean, if you have, like, say, like a fighting game, like a Tekken or like a Street Fighter, like, obviously you can do local, but sometimes local multiplayer things aren't necessarily included by default, or it's a bit funky the way you've got to do it.
What makes me think I'm so funky? Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's an interesting one, like, it's very people's patterns of how they play games have definitely changed over the years. Largely, a lot of it is down to individual choice, but you can't deny that it hasn't been, like, shaped and led by the availability of how people play together, you know, this kind of thing. Like, I will put my hand up and say I've never played Mario Kart in my entire life, and that is very unusual because there are like 17 of the fuckers, and everybody, I didn't realize until quite recently how old that game was.
It came out on the Super NES, yeah.
Yeah, how long there has been a Mario Kart, you know. But I'm just like, part of me is like, Claire, careful, you'll out yourself as having no friends. I'm like, it's not a secret.
I mean, Claire, what I would say is this, you know, there are some people out there who haven't seen very many Disney films. I couldn't tell you who, but we're not going to start that debate again.
Jeremy, don't be silly. Everyone's seen Disney films. There's no one out there who hasn't.
If you know, you know. Well, that's the world telling me stop trying to say it's not me. But there you go.
Stop being sassy. Yeah.
But in terms of the future, like, I know they've just brought out like the PS5 Pro, which I don't need. Literally.
Yeah, no, I remember that. What was it? And I was looking at what was on it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
It's like 700 quid for a marginal upgrade without a disc drive. Nah, you're right. Like,
it's so weird.
Of which apparently the whole idea of that Pro console was to get rid of like some of the limitations that the PS5 has. And for example, like choosing performance or graphics mode, and apparently some of the games you first try say, do you want performance or graphics mode? And some of the games aren't working properly because they haven't had a proper patch for it or something. It's like, who does this? But
I'm mad.
But you know, actually, Harriet brings up a good point actually. But in the like indie games have like, I think I probably play far more indie games than full-blown games, and I do a decent amount of them on the PlayStation as well, just because it works.
I am a little bit addicted to my Switch, like, because for years I was like, I want to get a handheld console, and this was before the Switch came out, and people were like talking, because so the only handhelds that were really worth having were the DS's. You know, were there any other ones? I can't think of any.
There would have been PlayStation, the PSP, the
like
PlayStation
PSP
Portable,
and the
Vita. But
yeah,
Nintendo's always been good at the handheld game. But that's why, talking about the Switch again, and hopefully to help lead on to what you were going to say, another great thing about the Switch is you can play it handheld or docked. Yeah,
and I love that because a friend of mine, she's been playing Pokemon games for years, like many people, but she won't ever play Pokemon docked because she said it's wrong. Like, to her, it's wrong to play Pokemon on a big screen because she's always played it on a handheld. Now I'm just like, I don't have any of that issue. I'll play it on big, I'll play it on small, I don't care. But it is interesting because she's like, no, to me a Pokemon is a small screen, you know, because I've always played it on the small. And yeah, I actually, when I first got my Switch, the reason I got my Switch was to play Breath of the Wild. That was the reason I got it. And I did play Breath of the Wild a lot. And
all the breaths in the wild.
So many breaths, so much wild, wow. And I played Stardew Valley a lot too, which is, I was happy at the time. I can't play it again because I've played it to death. You know, I can't do it anymore. And there are certain, like, I know you can play it on PC. I've never been interested in playing it on PC for the reasons I mentioned before. And one of the things I found was I was ending up with problems in my left hand, and I couldn't work out what it was, and it's because your left hand on the shoulder button is how you go through menu items in Stardew if you're slightly off center, which I often was. So I was like, I've actually given myself an SRI, or a Stardew related injury. God damn, you stupid idiot. So yeah, I've done that before with some games where like you play it so much you end up injuring yourself.
Also, evening Demio Girl, saw you pop in the chat there, lovely to see you.
Oh, hi Demio Girl. Hey, it is you. How did you know? Oh, that's like, it's good they didn't say rude, anything rude about.
It's funny you mentioned like the DS as well, because when I was round at Chateau de la Boue over the weekend,
I love it.
but because the reason the Ultra Moon cartridge, and I appreciate we're sort of getting off the PlayStation topic, but we're sort of there now.
Yeah, games.
But
it's all good.
But part of the reason Matty got the Ultra Moon cart was obviously to have it in the collection. But obviously, the first thing I said to Matty afterwards was, right, first thing we do when we get back to yours, test that cartridge. Because if we've got to go back to that market to get your money back, we're going to do it before they go. To which Matty's reaction was, they're long gone now.
They're gone. What did I said something to Keith the other day that nearly made him actually die. I can't remember what it was. It was, I can't remember what it was, but I said something like, you go back to check and they've turned into a Spirit Halloween or one of those American candy shops, and you're like, oh god damn it, I missed it.
But Matty gave me the cartridge and gave me his 3DS XL, which I'd never held, because the problem for me is like handheld gaming, like the DS. I love the idea of them, but my hands are too big for these tiny little things. And
Which is a real concern. People laugh at it, but it's a real thing.
And that's why I really like the Game Boy Advance, the OG Game Boy Advance model, because it was wider and my hands could cope with it a bit more. It still got cramped, but as soon as the SP came out, I was like, well, that's my hand done if I try and get one of those.
SP? Yes.
It was like the folded Game Boy Advance they did, like the clamshell one, look like a flip phone.
Never heard of that one. I believe you. I just never heard of it.
It's the one that had like tattoos on it for a while. They specifically had like a Game Boy Advance that had like a tattoo model on it.
Game Boy Advance SP, I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, you'll see it. And but then I held the 3DS XL, which Decadane also says he has one, and
it's horrid!
And I literally thought, I held this 3DS XL and I thought, oh my god, I feel like I've missed out on a whole generation just because I didn't actually look into this. Because
that is horrible,
it actually,
Jeremy.
Oh yeah, it is. But it but the 3DS XL felt so comfortable to hold in my hand. It's kind of made me think, do I go back and try and get one? But now like online services and stuff are done on it. It's like, you know what? There'll be remakes of some games as needed at some point. Like the Pokemon games, for example, they'll gradually get remade. I'll tell you what though, we loaded up the Ultra Moon save and I thought, right, let's see what's in this Pokedex before you delete this save.
Oh, so it already had a save on it.
It had someone's save on it. They played for about 52 hours, I think. And we looked through their Pokedex. They had all the evolutions except Glaceon. Or it might have been except Leafeon. It was one of the others, but they had all except one.
It's unacceptable.
I'll tell you something. The menu, to get that menu working, I look like an old man. Freya Parito had to like go, this is how you go to the, this is how you change the menu on a touch screen. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt so out of touch.
So the thing is though, I am kind of glad that era of folding consoles is over. Don't get me started on, I think it's the worst thing. Like flip phones, fine. Phones that fold the screen in half, I do not understand what the fuck that's all about. But it did allow game makers to do some very interesting things with their games, again because of the physicality of the handheld. For example, there was one game that had a puzzle in it that was so legendarily difficult that people were like, what the fuck? And what you had to do was basically you were holding your whatever DS flip phone thing, and you had like obviously one screen here and one screen there. And you had to basically, on this screen was the thing that you needed, and you couldn't leave without it. You needed to work out how to take it with you, and it wasn't movable. And you're like, how do you know, you had to press the screen down and then lift it up and it would take an impression of it. That was how the puzzle was fixed. Now, it's genius, but a lot of people did not figure it out. But it's very, very clever, you know, like the way that they did it and stuff. Very clever. But yeah, like I think that one, there's a reason they don't do shit like that anymore, because maybe it's not particularly like user friendly. But it did allow them to certainly do lots of interesting shit. So yeah.
And obviously we played Switch a heck of a lot. You mentioned Breath of the Wild. I know you played Tears of the Kingdom to Doom as well. Like the Switch is still great, and so this actually kind of brings on to like perhaps another topic we could get on as well as we go. But like I don't think the Switch is going to be done for at least another 2/3 of the year. I reckon. I think the Switch successor.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
like
but
I can't.
Whatever the Switch successor is, I don't think it's going to come out till Q3 next year at the earliest, so like maybe like late summertime, September.
I can't remember if we spoke about this on the stream or not, but I basically said something like, yeah, because if it comes out in Q3, it'll be right before Christmas, which will be perfect, you know, so I can't see why they would do it any earlier. Like, I mean, as Bill Bailey once said, that is the primary gifting period. Gifting. If you want to be completely soulless about it. So I just wanted you to know, while I've been talking to you, I've been making the Danemus snowflake on my phone.
Amazing, freaking heck, that's great.
So I've been copying it because I was like, that's really simple. And I'm like, I bet if I worked a little bit on it, I could make a snowflake pattern that you could make and like have it as a downloadable PDF or something. So yeah, look out, I'm probably going to do that. That's probably some bits of it are not doable, like it won't have the word in the center, and there's certain circles where I'm like, if you know anything about snowflakes, you know that is not going to work. But like there's certainly things I can do. But yeah, also it's because this amazing program has like a mirror function, and I'm like, well, all I need to do is set it to 6 and just doodle away. But yes, sorry, that's why I've been slightly distracted.
No, that's fine, it's all good.
Put that down.
But
yeah, no, I love my Switch. To the point where, like, if I see a game's coming out and I'm like, oh, it's only on Steam, I really want it on Switch. Even if people are like, oh, why would you want it on Switch? I'm like, it's just because I'm more likely to play it, you know? Like, and it's like when people like Freya Perito, like, I look at their Stardew, and they've got all the things that I find problematic about Stardew, like the fact that you can't mine for as long as you want because the time is running and your fences break down, and all of that is modded away in some of Freya's things because you can do that on the PC, you know, and it's not a problem. You can't do it on the Switch, so. But even knowing that is not enough to make me want to go and play on the PC, you know? I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, and this is the thing, anyone who is into PC gaming, fair play to you. Admittedly, and I've said this before, truth be told, I run on a Mac, so I already have a giant limitation for trying to run any game, pretty much. But which is why like doing capturing via console was great for me and such. But
yeah, we used to play a lot more PC games like MMOs and shit. But
yeah, because you guys are massively, I say were, you might still be, but like Warcraft was a big thing for you folks, right?
Yeah, we don't play it anymore. Mainly because we just don't have the time. Like, and also Blizzard were a bit shit. Yeah. Every now and then I get adverts for Blizzard, and it's like Blizzard Pride gear, and I'm like, fuck off. Shit, fuck you. It's like when Disney did Pride gear, and I'm like, the pink pound, as it were. But yeah, no, we did used to play quite a lot. In fact, we played Guild Wars before we played World of Warcraft. So shiny thing being shown on WhatsApp. Ooh. Shiny thing.
Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to transfer that over.
That's all right. I can look at it and you can just have my reaction.
That's cool. But what I will say is that
it's the last picture was the bath mat. Oh, hang on, no, it's the Zelda themed flippy floppy.
Do you want to show it to the screen? Because I'm not sure if I can pause it over.
I will try. Give me a second. Cool. I'm gonna have to put down my brightness.
That's fine.
Give me a second.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's too small for these giant hands, that console.
Yeah, that is, to me, like, you know, oh, for God's sake, will you focus?
We can see it though, it's all good. We can see it.
Yeah, you get the idea. But things like that, it's also, even I feel like do this with my fingers, you know, and it's like, no, like sometimes with the Switch, I'm like, whoops, like my finger will slip off. This is a remarkably well-designed little console, honestly. Even down to the fact that the analog sticks are. There we go. Oh look, hang on, it's Jeremy.
I like your color scheme on the Joy-Cons as well. It's a really good color scheme.
Thank you. That is because I literally played them to death with the first time of Breath of the Wild, and Pokemon, it didn't really matter so much because it had Joy-Con drift, but when I got Tears of the Kingdom, I was gonna need new Joy-Cons. So you can get third-party ones, which come in all colors of the rainbow, but I honestly I wanted these ones because I'm a bit of a slut. I took a long time before I actually even would charge my Switch outside of the dock because they put the fear of God into you, like, well, if you charge it with another cable, it might brick it. I'm like, yeah, it might brick it. I might get hit by a car tomorrow. Both things are possible, but unlikely, you know, if I'm careful. So as of the moment, I've actually got it plugged into a goddamn power pack. Like, so you know, my worries kind of went away. But yeah, like, this is like one of the other sets you can get. Jeremy, I know you were quite enamored with the pastel set that they advertised.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, even like the Joy-Cons, I kind of have like the Game Boy SP problem in that the Joy-Cons. In fact, you know what? Let me grab one. Hang on. Hope this won't do my switching.
I actually, when I first got my Switch, I was like, why would anyone want to put their Joy-Cons into one of those little game controller things? I immediately picked up the little Joy-Cons and realised that my sweaty palms were the reason. And I was like, I can't do this.
This is what my hand looks like holding a Joy-Con.
I don't.
It is
that's the thing,
tiny.
I don't hold my Joy-Cons like that. I put them in you know, one of those controller things.
Oh, the dual grip thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and to me that gets rid of the problem entirely. Like literally, it turns it into a little controller and it's fine. But yeah, I can't hold the Joy-Cons like that partly because my fingers slip, and partly because I'm just one of those naturally sweaty people.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I don't want to hold an expensive piece of technology in my little hot sweaty hand and damage it. So yeah, Matty says the beauty of the original DS was that
Take two.
The beauty of the original DS was in fairness, Matty, the sentence is bullshit. It was backwards compatible with GBA games, so eventually I played my cartridges.
It was actually, yeah, because I remember if you had like a proper old school Game Boy cartridge, half of it stuck out the top of the Game Boy Advance because it was just so big.
I remember this is just obviously let's call this a silliness. Everyone remembers the very weird, very strange console kind of like catch on, like the N-Gage and things like that.
Have I got my N-Gage?
You've got an N-Gage?
Give me a second. Let me see. It might be over there on a bookshelf.
Three other people in the UK have got one.
Mate, I love. You carry on. I'll see if I can find it. Hang on. I might still have it. I don't know if I do.
Okay. It's so funny. But no, the things that I always love is the things where you try and like add bits onto old consoles, like the CDI, or like things like adding things on to stuff like that. And like there was some, and the thing is, especially in the olden days, there was no way to stop like bootleg game producers from making games that would play on those consoles. It was only later on that the console producer was like, hang on, like, so there was this quite a well-known company who basically just made Bible rips of of good games. So basically they would take a good game that everyone recognized, like Frogger, and just like slap a skin over it of like, I don't know, the what the fuck am I talking about? The Escape from Egypt, Exodus, there we go. Have you seen the Nitro deck? I'm thinking of getting one for my Switch. I don't know what the Nitro deck is. I know what Steam Deck is. Did you not find it?
So presenting to you the N-Gage.
Oh my god, you did find it. Oh my god, it's real.
And you had to talk on it like this.
I did once see a guy in Glasgow talking into an iPad on a bus like a phone. So,
right.
I mean, I've seen weirder shit.
Also, fun fact, apparently, at the time I got this on contract, I was with Orange. There's a logo you've not seen in years.
Orange? Orange, you glad I didn't say O2?
Now, this is the thing. I loved this phone because, again, from like a me holding it point of view.
It's a phone. It's a phone.
But from me holding it, though, it was like I could hold it and, do stuff. Could I play shitty games? Of course I couldn't. But getting it like the back out and stuff, like to get the cartridges in, I think you had to actually remove the battery. I guess we could do this.
Fucking hell! I forgot it would have to have cartridges.
You had to do that, and then the cartridge would go like in there. I think. I don't even remember. It's been so long.
In your room there, Joe.
Pardon, sorry?
You've got a museum exhibit in your room there.
I am, some might call me a hoarder, some might call me stupid, take your pick. Also, my SIM card is still in there, I've just noticed, like...
Yeah, like all those contacts from 30 years ago. Harriet's put a picture of the Nitro deck in
There you go. But yeah, so fun fact as well, like, this had, like, a number of, like... You had, like, sort of microphone and headphone jack. I can't remember what that port was for, it was probably something essential. And, like, a micro USB... And that was the power cable one, and the power button was there on the edge.
I'm looking at what a Nitro. Okay. So
yeah, there you go. That's what it. If I hold it up there, you can see it a bit better. How the layout is.
Exactly how I remember it. Yeah. Oh, so it's basically like a version of. Oh, I'm still not understanding what this Nitro deck thing is. To me, it just looks like a Switch. I'm confused.
Yeah, it's more like an emulatory type thing, so you can like. Because a big thing now, like, have you heard? Try again. Have you heard of the Steam Deck?
I know exactly what a Steam Deck is.
Think of it like a Steam Deck, but a different company, except it's not by Valve, as it were.
So the thing is, the Steam Deck is for putting a PC game into your hand, right? This Nitro deck appears to be putting a Switch into your hand. Problem is, the Switch was already in my hand.
Wait,
so
sorry, I had my thoughts wrong. So the Nitro deck, it's like. It's a
Harriet says it's bigger.
It's a
chunkier.
controller shell. So you put the actual main switch bit in, and you've got bigger hand things to hold to play with.
Bigger.
Yeah.
I see. I think I would love to see. Let me just see if I can find a versus, like then like the switch next to something in the Nitro deck, so I can.
But yeah, it's kind of like a little expansion thing, as it were.
Yeah, I'm just. Can you show me? I don't want to see the Nitro deck versus other decks. I want to see just a normal switch now. God.
I'll see if I can put one up while I'm here. Nitro deck.
Because it's all very well showing me this, but I can't tell until I see one next to an actual.
I can show you one with a switch in it, sort of thing.
Oh, I know, but I know what the switch looks like. I mean, don't worry, I found lots and lots of pictures of it with the switch in it. I just need to know, as in, this is my switch, right?
Okay, yeah.
I need a picture of one of these next to a Nitro deck, and then there isn't one. So I'm like, this is fantastic.
What if it was like half out of the Nitro deck?
It's not enough!
Oh, look! Don't shoot the messenger here. Hang on.
I don't want to have to Photoshop my own
What about
side by
that?
side.
Does that help at all?
No!
All right. Oh, because you want to look.
Comparison. I'm looking for a comparison.
Right. I tried. What can I say?
Jeremy's like, does this help? Show me a picture of the thing. No, Jeremy. Amazingly, that's what comes up when I Google it.
All right.
I'm trying to find. What I want is a picture of one of these, so
Yeah.
a box standard switch, next to one of those, and they don't do it. I can't see it.
It's probably because mostly people probably just want to see the Nitro deck in the Switch rather than next to it.
Why would they want to do that?
Okay,
the
look.
whole point is, if it's bigger, show me how much bigger it is.
So what if I could show you a picture of a hear me out first, of a Nitro deck with half a Switch in it next to an empty Nitro deck?
No! Oh my god, chat, am I going crazy? I don't think what I'm asking for is unreasonable. I know how big the Nitro is. I know. I just don't know how big it is next to a Switch.
I mean,
someone else. No one else understand what I'm saying.
So yeah, the N-Gage was a great gaming console. Said no one ever.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, you've still got it all this time later, so I mean, you must have kept it for a reason. I don't think I could put my hands on something that old, that I had that long ago.
Also, another fun fact, it literally had a dedicated call and hang up button at the top.
Oh, that is weird.
Right?
Yeah. I was like...
Yeah, and then the answer button was down there. The head, the listening was there, so you could literally go, hello?
It does look like it does rather look like that thing where you put a shell to your ear at the seaside. Like you're not actually talking into a phone, you're talking into something that's phone
as an American once said to me, you basically just held a mini taco by your ear.
That is a taco. You've made a taco. I just nearly picked up my Switch to try and look for something on the internet. So what I'm going to do now is something that I shouldn't have to do, but I'm going to. Okay. So I'm going to find a picture of a Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
That is just a Nintendo. There we go.
I'm still trying to look for this, by the way, as you're saying it.
So yeah, so thank you, chat, for confirming that everything Jeremy suggested was not the exact opposite. Was actually the exact opposite of what I needed.
All right.
So yes, the thing. So none of those things that you were trying to show me were the Switch. You were showing me the Switch's screen.
Okay,
in another thing.
I have a potential picture. Genuinely.
Go on, let's try it.
Potential. If I get lambasted for it though, I tried.
I don't. Okay, I promise not to scream.
Hang on, please stand by.
I'm gonna find a night.
Does that help?
I mean,
it's a Switch.
A little.
It's a Switch somewhat next to a Nitro deck.
That is a Switch screen next to a Nitro. That is not a Switch. That is a Switch screen. Like, I can understand, like, I can see it's chunkier. That's actually not as unhelpful as some of the other images. But I do want to see it, like, I would like to see the full thing next to a full
So you want a Switch with the Joy-Cons in next to a Nitro deck?
To me, that's what a Switch is.
Okay, sorry. I sort of regard the controller as a slightly separate entity, as it were. As weird as that sounds.
All right,
so,
it's a communication issue. I get you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a picture of a Nitro deck that's face on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to perfect. We'll use that one, and I'm going to take that image and I'm going to put it into my art program, and I'm going to drop it over the other one, and I'm going to change the opacity on the Switch and swidge it until it's the same size, so I can see how much bigger it is. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Confusingly, this is some kind of weird fucking optical illusion because the Switch screen doesn't look the same shape. Now, I think that's because part of it overlaps it slightly at the sides, which is very confusing. My phone is like, hey,
I think that's its way of holding it in. So
yeah, no, but yeah, I understand. The stuff that they've got to hold it in is probably proprietary. I totally get it.
Potential. Let me look at a link I've just found. I don't know what the site is. This might do bad things to my Mac. We'll find out.
Oh my goodness.
No, I do not accept.
The fact it's also like it's weirdly aligned as well. It's not quite in the same alignment. Okay, I think I got it.
Is there your preview image? This website. Hang on. This is really. Sorry, folks. Okay. So the image that I have found is is partly useful.
Okay.
Look, don't blame me. It's the image on their page. I'm just saying it's the image.
Don't blame me. I just looked up the wrong image. Okay.
Okay. Ironically, that's too big. And I can't shrink the page. Well, anyway, look at the screen. There you go.
Yeah, that is closer to what I was trying to get, but also it's not particularly helpful. I think you'd agree.
Right. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to send you this link in Discord so you can look at this image yourself. All right.
Mate, I'm actually just going to make this thing. I have made it myself, and it's been quicker than trying to find it on the internet.
Well,
fuck off! Sorry, that was unrelated. That was not to do with you.
Well, there we go.
This is infuriating, y'all.
Nah, Matty, you don't have to worry about it at all. We've gone down a rabbit hole. We will unearth ourselves from the rabbit hole soon.
It's very stupid in my mind that that they haven't included that, because to me what you're saying is that the main selling point of this is that it's chunkier and more comfortable to hold than a standard Switch, right?
Something which Jeremy may like.
Yeah, exactly. So why would you not make that the comparison image, the main selling point image thing on your website? That's what I don't understand. It's very weird to me that they've not done that. Hang on a second.
This is when we find out that when they first released them, people went, "Why are you doing images like that? That's not helpful."
No, because people aren't insane.
I mean.
Right. Fam, you're welcome. Here we go.
Do you need me to show this on screen?
I can show it on the screen.
I can do it if you send it to me, but...
There. You see?
Okay.
That is what I was looking for. And that was an image that just did not exist at all anywhere we could find it. So, yeah, it's literally... It's weird because the Nitro deck makes it look bigger as well, even though it's not. It's very weird.
I mean,
I will send...
It might be ever so slightly, but it's also compensated by the fact that the Nitro deck has a back to it.
Yes.
So your hand position will then change it to compensate.
Okay, 1 second, yeah.
Oh, sorry,
I've sent it to you. I've sent it to you. So if you want, you can show people what I did.
Okay, let me see if I can...
So that was what I was looking for.
Can I download this? Okay, this might break. Hang on, we'll find out.
Didn't I send you something on this before and you put up?
You might do, but there might be a pop-up. Hang on.
Hi, pop-up! Hi, friend!
Right, hang on, how do I do this? I don't. Okay, ironically, I probably can't pull that because it's not just giving me an option to download it, as it were. So.
Should I send it on WhatsApp?
No, this is a Jeremy problem. Don't worry, I'll try and figure it out.
I'm gonna put it on my Twitter, and put a link in the chat because I'm a stubborn motherfucker. Right.
But
I also see what you just saw played out in real time is the issue I have sometimes with trying to get myself understood.
I thought you could say with me for a second.
No, not at all. Because the problem is the reason I get so stressed out is because I'm just I don't understand why I can't be understood. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't know how else to say this. Earlier, before we started, I was chatting to Jeremy and I said I need to speak to Keith before we go live, and Jeremy was like, that's fine, of course. So I sent Keith, my husband, a WhatsApp message saying, hey, I'm on a call with Jeremy, just WhatsApp me and I'll call you. Oh no, what did I actually say? I said, WhatsApp me and we can chat, I think is what I said, word for word.
Exact wording.
I said, okay, so about to call Jeremy, but if you WhatsApp me, I can hop off to speak to you, is what I said, right? So about 5 minutes later, I suddenly get a notification on my phone that Keith is trying to WhatsApp call me. something he never does. And I was like, why is he doing that? And I was like, oh, Jerry, I gotta go. Keith's WhatsApp calling me for some reason. And Jeremy's like, yeah, cool, off you go. So I picked up the phone call and I was like, why are you WhatsApping me? And he went, because you told me to. And I was like, no, I didn't. And he went, I'm going to read your message to you. And he read it back and I was like, sorry, since when has WhatsApping someone ever meant calling them? And I was like, what? How did this? What's going on? And he was just there like most people get when I get like this, going like, okay, geez. And I'm like, no, it's not you. It's the fact that this keeps happening to me and I don't know what's wrong or why I can't be understood. It gets me. It gets my goat. Drives me crazy.
I blame WhatsApp having a call function.
Well, I mean, we tend to talk on WhatsApp. Like that's how me and Keith message each other. So I really was a bit like, I don't understand.
It could honestly just have been he went to call you and then he just accidentally clicked the via WhatsApp
No, he
button.
told me he called me on WhatsApp deliberately because I told him to.
Okay.
And I was like, but I didn't tell you to.
And thus the meeting of the minds occurred.
I was like, oh, what's happening?
So, do you know what? We've talked for nearly like 2 hours. I've had a great time. But what I will ask is, do we want to start wrapping up or do we want to maybe try and do a few raids in Pokemon before we wrap up? What do you think?
Oh, I didn't want you to wrap up and have to do this instead. Sorry.
No, I've had fun. That's why we do this. We do it to have fun. But
I know, but it's only like 9. We could do it for another hour or so.
That's cool. We'll see how long the energy goes, as it were.
Well,
right, cool. I'll start to load up Pokémon Violet, which you may hear in the background.
Pokémon violence.
Violence! Oh, in fact, I could do this now, can't I? Violence!
Yeah, we don't know why Jeremy's thing does that. I think it might just be something that Jeremy's does and nobody else's does.
There you go.
It's the weight that kills me. It's so funny.
All right, let's. Did you want to make a room and then we'll do the thing accordingly?
Let's do it. Okay.
All right, let's change windows.
I saw a video earlier, Jeremy, and it was just like me walking along. Nobody knows that I'm listening to Down with the Sickness. And she's just there walking along like this. But then it cuts to the outside. It's like what everyone else sees. Ooh, wah! And it's just like, I think they know. Right, okay, give me a second. I'll boot up my baby.
Let me just do some...
I hear what Pokemon noises.
Indeed. Pokémon Violet.
There you go, fam. There's the picture I made.
Do you want to bring this up on screen?
Yeah, it's a Twitter link. We'll probably do that way.
Who goes there anymore?
Oh my god, I'm actually in a fight.
Already?
No, I must have just not turned off my Switch properly.
Alright, let's see if I can load this up without anything breaking. Right, I'm going to attempt this.
Okay.
This is even weirder with the Pokemon music in the background now, but let's, okay, sort of. Hang on. I can't do much better than that.
Well, you get it. Like,
there you go.
I think it's like I did do the entire picture, so you can see the bottom part as well. But yeah, you can see it's slightly chunkier to the side, like the position of the buttons. That's what I wanted, and that's what no, I'm not saying this to you, Jeremy. I'm saying like no picture I found had that, which to me was absolutely bananas. I'm like, why is nobody doing it? Okay, connecting to internet. Oh, we're actually in the same place, weirdly.
God.
Oh yeah, because we did a thing here together, didn't we?
Quite possibly. That sounds like a thing we would have done.
You're now connected to the internet.
Connect to Tinternet.
Okay. Are you on the internet too? You need to be on the internet.
I am.
Hey, I have some news. Oh, you can challenge a Clodsire?
Should we try and do
Look
it?
at that. No, let's see what stars it is first.
5-star.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be good. Have you got a Clodsire?
We'll find out. Also, Azumaril, which I've probably got one of.
Clodsire, the thing is, a Clodsire from a 5-star raid like that would be a good one. And it's not one of those ones where it's got a random Terra type. It's got a ground Terra type, which is quite a good one. Yes, I'm still going through the million things.
That's cool. Let's have a quick look for the Clod while you're doing that. Let's have a look. Clod. I do not.
You don't have one?
No.
Oh. Okay, I've got a code for you.
Alright, if you want to disco it over to me, then.
Yes, yes, I've got a code, but you need some certain letters. Okay.
And then we'll get our helpful friend Bulbasaur in a few moments' time to assist us. In fact, you know what I should do? Hang on. There you go, it's far easier. Right. Have you discoed it to me? Yes, you have. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Just bear with us for a few moments, folks. We'll be right back, as it were. Your programming will continue accordingly. But yeah, so we'll try and do a couple of those raids. Like, we'll do a Clodsire one, we'll do an Azumaril, see how we can do on those.
Okay.
Now the painful wait for me to type in all of the keys that I needed.
I still can't believe that like 3 years after this game came out, we still have to click through so many bloody things to go on the Union Circle. There you are.
Okay, and then all going well. I'll wait for you to do the go button, as it were.
Yeah, we're just doing. I don't know what's going to take us.
There you go. Oh, Bulbasaur is censoring something, but it's not there now, so...
Where is it taking you? Somewhere in Paldea, by the look of your little logo there.
It's you! It's me!
Oh, is it taking us to... It's Coronda? I can't remember what it's called. Cortonza? It's one of the first places that you come to.
Oh.
Los Cortes? Los Platos! Let's bring us to Los Platos.
There you go.
Okay. Right, let me have a quick look at my map.
Right. Where's the shiny raid? Oh, there's a fairy raid over there. Is that one of them?
We can't tell until we get there.
Good point.
But I've also got, oh, where are you? Where are we? We're down here.
We are currently in Los Platos in south area.
Yeah, so I've got a bug raid that's shimmering like that. That's
East Province.
That's closer.
East Province area 1, or?
No, it's actually closer than that. It's closer to where we are.
Okay, cool.
So we can there's no flight point that's actually closer than we are, so we can just run to it.
All right, cool. And by run, you mean bike?
Well, yes. Now I remember now because I had my Switch at a party that I was at, and I was playing, and I ended up chatting to this little girl, and suddenly she was like, "Let me tell you everything about Roblox that you've ever or not wanted to know." And I ended up just putting my Switch down and not picking it back up again, and it turned itself off.
So what did you learn about the roadblock from said person?
What I've learned about Roblox is it's much more like a platform than a game.
Oh.
I watched her play like 2 or 3 different games that were so different from each other that I was a bit like, what the fuck? I really could not work out. There seemed to be nothing that they had in common. Although a large part of the game appears to be like trading like rare pets with each other.
Okay.
Which was cool. Although there's one point where she was like doing an inspect of some character, and it came up saying NFT, and I was a bit like,
what?
And she went, yeah, no, my thought was exactly. And then she was like, oh, that just means not for trade. And part of me was like, not the rest of the world. No, but it does. In Roblox, that's what it means. And
I mean, but irony, given Roblox.
Yeah, they don't give a shit like what the rest of the world thinks because Roblox, right? Okay, I've got it.
Cool.
This is an Azumaril.
Cool, let's do it. Oh, I should also.
Okay, so it's bug type. But Azumaril is fairy water type. But also I know it has some nasty fighting type moves. So you'll want to bring. Let me just work this out. So, strong against bug, flying, rock, and fire. Water is, however, strong against fire and rock, so that's an issue if you bring a fire type. Fairy is strong against fighting, dragon, and dark. That doesn't really make a difference. Fighting is strong against rock. So it's basically like whether you bring rock or fire, you're going to have an issue. I think flying might be your best bet here.
Okay.
It is only a 5-star.
So a Corviknight might do us then? I've got a flying electric.
Electric. Catch you, stop licking yourself.
Or I've got a flying psychic.
No, that's flying steel. It's just got a psychic terror type.
Oh, sorry.
It's only a 5-star. Okay, so you need to come out of your menu so that the thing will come up so that you get the notification. Oh, I think I did it too early.
There it is.
Oh no, there it is. Okay, cool. Right, I need to change mine too. Flying. I'm gonna go for flying.
I'll do Corviknight then.
Okay.
I'll pick the one
Katya,
with the
if you don't stop
electric.
licking yourself, I'm going to end you. Stop! Sorry. Things that are resistant to attacks from fairy are steel, so that's good. Flying is resistant to attacks from, but they won't have any. Actually, yeah, flying. Yeah, that's a good choice. I might bring my. No, I don't think I'll bring my Corviknight as well. Let's bring something fun. That's not that Corviknight isn't fun, but let's bring something that is different.
Hindsight being what it is, should I change these moves before we go in?
Well, you want flying moves.
Alright, I've got a couple, so we're fine now.
Do they both? You don't want Brave Bird.
I'm gonna have to go out then to change moves because I'm already in the raid thing.
Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it how it is. It's fine.
Alright.
Brave Bird. The reason I say that is because it's one of those ones. Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ooh. Tell you, I could bring.
I've got my Talonflame, except it's got fire as a type.
No, fire's okay. Fire is strong against bug. It's just it's gonna be weak against the water attacks. No, keep your one that you've got at the moment.
Corviknight?
Yeah.
Corviknight.
I'm gonna bring someone who maybe isn't the best choice for this, but could be fun to see.
Okay. Oh, look at you going all legendary.
Yeah, but it isn't max level, so we'll have an interesting time.
I mean, I'm not max level.
I know, but what I mean is it's quite low level. I haven't really looked at it much. Right, are we ready to go?
Level 1.
It's not level 1, thank goodness. I also haven't changed its moves, so it's gonna have some weird moves. It's one of the things you can do at the end of the Indigo Disc is you basically get like a snack that you can carry that means that almost every legendary that's ever been in any Pokemon game will appear in various places.
Got someone
They
dressing up
aren't necessarily good Pokemon though.
Got someone dressing up as Subtlety from Durarara.
Remember, focus on flying type attacks.
Flying type attack it is. Derail pack. Get it? Because we're facing Azumaril, so to derail. Rel.
Oh, ow!
That comment was brought to you by the N-Gauge. Available never. It won't have any charge in it, but I'm so tempted to charge it up to see if it still works.
It'll probably turn on.
What does Brave Bird do again? I've totally forgotten.
Brave Bird does a lot of damage, but it also hurts you.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's using Rain Dance, which means its water attack will be stronger.
Ah. Well.
Oh. Your Corviknight's got something interesting on it, I seem to recall. Mirror armor.
I
can't remember exactly what it does. I'm not smart.
We could look into that eventually.
If it proves to be an issue.
I think one of the computer players dropped.
It's fine, that doesn't affect us. Terrastalize if you can.
Oh.
Because usually one of the first things it does after putting the shield up is delay your terrastalizing. Hello, puppy dog.
Terrastalize! Go!
Oh, my Lugia looks so stupid. I love it. Ow!
Super effective.
Rude. I'm gonna do a heal.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm back to full health.
Katya, if you don't stop licking yourself, you're going in the bin.
Could you please tell me what this bin will include as optional extras?
Would you like to enter the bin in graphics mode or performance?
For some reason, that really tickled me.
it's almost like when I was going to bed last night, I knew I was tired because I suddenly had this thing of I forgot the name for Nightmare on Elm Street and called it The Dream Hurt Man. And Keith was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No."
I'm gonna do a heal.
I've also done one.
All right. You know, actually, I won't know. Well, no, because I think the Sylveon also did it.
He might have done.
So.
Start laying down some smack, or we're gonna run out of time.
Start laying down the smack on thy arse candy. If you
I've run out of heals. You might want to drop.
That's cool. On it now.
Also, this is partly because I didn't fix my moves beforehand.
No, we came in knowing that. It's all good. There you go.
We just gotta get through that shield and we'll get him.
Hmm. As opposed to candy arse, Matty. Come on.
I did wonder what arse candy was all about. He keeps using recoil attacks. Oh, we're through the shields. Good job.
Oh.
Right, smack him. Smack him good.
Running out of time.
Yeah, I know.
But in fairness, the fact we got this far just with going with whatever moves we had.
Yeah. Neither of us have got good terror types. Oh, we're fucking dead. Unless one of us can like crit horribly in the next few seconds. What level is your Corviknight?
75.
Yeah, mine's only 73.
Oh, we're so close!
Oh. I know! One of us just have to land a hit! I think we did it. Yeah, we did it.
Just, I think?
Yeah,
I was in the menu at the time it happened, but...
yeah, but if you notice, it didn't let you select it, which means that we did it.
There we go. Catchy.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Cool. And you got some bug terror shards and some candy.
Got a nugget.
A nugget. Those are only for selling, by the way. I don't know if you know this.
I don't know how many I've got actually, so I probably should sell them at some point.
You've got an entire section of your bag that is just for selling, so you've probably got quite a lot of money stored up there that you didn't realise. I certainly did when I got to that.
I think I've got an Azumaril already? I don't know.
We'll see.
Will there be a dex entry needed? Will there be? Got one. We're good.
You've already got one. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Mine is 2'7".
I think they all are. They're all the same. You said you had one that was like just up to the northeast of here, right?
It was also bug. So what's the terror type of Clodsire gonna be?
Ground. No, I mean, sorry. Wait, so the news, were all the Azumarils bugs then? Am I just being
I don't
stupid?
know, let's, where's the news section? Portal, let's have a look.
Plus button.
Thank you. Because that's also an option on the screen. Let's have a look.
Various terror types, so it doesn't, it's not fixed.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought, but yeah, like, so we don't know, basically, based on...
Oh, and Shiny Rayquaza appeared on Friday, December 20.
Well, without finishing the end game stuff of Clodsire, you won't be able to go those on your own.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Right, do you want to... Where are we going for yours, then?
Let's go to... where was it? There. So if we fly to South Province Area 3 Watchtower?
Yeah, okay. It may not necessarily follow that we use the same Pokemon because it might be a different one.
No, fine.
Even though it's bug.
Was literally just the shininess. Right, where are we going? This way!
Okay.
It's coming right for us.
Oh no. Whee.
Oh, hang on. Hello.
What? Oh, it's a steak. Yeah, one day we should probably do all of those.
Right, you know what? I'm going to leave it for now then.
Well, no. I mean, you can do it now.
Right.
There's like 12 of, like 12.
All right, here we go. Let's do the thing. There's an ominous black stake driven into the ground. Will you pull out the stake? Yes.
That's because somebody's overcooked it, clearly. There's an ominous medium rare steak thrown into
When you pulled out the stake, it crumbled and vanished.
That's what happens when you overcook them.
They crumble and vanish in your gob. Yeah, we're going up there. So, I assume you're already there.
I don't know where I am. I am not where that is.
I mean, realistically, I can go in and then let you know. So, what we got? Oh, it is a clod.
It's a clod.
So-
Okay, Clodsire is poison ground.
Okay. So, in theory, what do we need?
You don't want anything. So you're going to need still the same types as before, which is either fire, flying. But
Okay.
so basically, I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
I mean, on that basis, then Talonflame might be the bet.
Maybe, but then we have to look at what. So that will counteract its terror type that it's got for the raid, but then we have to look at like what it can do as a Pokemon. So it'll be attacking with ground, which is strong against fire,
Okay.
and it'll also be attacking with poison, which is strong against grass and fairy. I'd avoid fire.
Okay.
Um.
What else do I have? Nothing apparently.
Yeah. So rock or flying is probably okay.
Does that
With
mean?
Flying has got the benefit of the fact that it can't. I didn't say ground. I said rock.
I thought you said ground. Sorry.
No, ground is what Clodsire is.
Ah, I see.
Flying has got the benefit of if it uses a ground attack, you will hopefully not. It won't hit you. If that makes sense. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to faff with. Actually, put some decent attacks on it. Poor baby girl.
I've also got an Emirata, by the way. The other Corviknight I have, which is 68.
Steel.
Just flying steel, literally.
Steel is weak. Steel is weak to ground.
I could
At the end of the day, just bring who you want. It's meant to be fun.
Fair. How about a Dark Dragon?
Dark is weak to bug, so that's not going to do a huge amount of damage. Sorry.
That's fine. Let's stick with one of these then.
You want something about 80, 70 or 80.
Okay.
Oh hi, hi Harriet. I'm glad you're home safe.
Welcome back, Harriet. Sorry, we're both very much into what was going on.
We're
the screen.
doing like picking up hooks.
Doing raidy things. But thank you for listening while you were driving.
Yes. Welcome to Jay and the Foe.
Oh, cheers, Sean. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks, Sean. Just giving my Lugia some
It's
candy.
a weird angle I had my head out, but there you go. Would you prefer psychic? Would you prefer Terra type of electric or psychic?
I mean, neither of them are ideal.
That's what you got.
But
Unless it's Talonflame, which in that case is just fine, but then we've got the fire problem.
well, electric's not electric
Alright.
because electric will be super weak to its ground attacks, which we don't want.
Would you be content with those Talonflame moves, or would you suggest something else in particular?
I would change Brave Bird.
Because of the recoil aspect.
Yeah. Tailwind's pretty good. It makes us faster. Acrobatics is pretty good as well, especially if you're not holding something, which generally I think you don't tend to be.
Flare Blitz.
It's like a trade-off. Flare Blitz is also one that hurts you.
I see. I'll do acrobatics then.
Just make sure you don't give it something to hold. My Lugia has the wrong fucking Terra type, I've noticed. It doesn't matter though, I think we can still do it.
Held item is currently a clear amulet.
I would take off its held item.
Okay.
Because if you're going to use acrobatics, it makes sense to not have a held item. Because
Change
acrobatics
held
is stronger if you don't have one.
Can I just take off the held item, or?
Yeah, so go.
Oh, put
you can put
away.
away held item, or you can when you're in that menu. Yeah, do that. But what you can also do is like if you hit X, it goes into the held item menu, and you can do it that way.
Oh, okay.
Like you in held item view, as it were.
Gotcha.
I'm just changing my Lugia's moves around.
Lugia.
Why is your Terra type water? That is dumb. So we want flying moves, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I'm just collecting some bits while you are preparing for battle. Oh, apparently I can open a booster pack in TCG Pocket.
Ooh, exciting.
Well, you know what? While you're doing that,
you should do that. I was gonna say you should do it right now.
Let me see if I can load it up in a hasty way. Let me switch screens again for a moment. Get a bigger view of proceedings. So, first of all, folks, any preference? Would you like a Mewtwo pack, a Pikachu pack, or a Charizard pack? First answer I see in the chat, assuming anyone wants to contribute a thought to that. Otherwise, I will default to Charizard. You too, okay. I don't know how to. Mewtwo, of course. All right. Oh, it's been a. I'm just gonna carry on.
Have you heard that like version of I can beat you? I've got Charizard.
I honestly don't know.
Hang on a second. Give me a second.
All right, we're gonna do a random pack. So. Unusual. Cheers, Sean. Thank you very much.
It goes, my Pokemons bring all the boys to the yard, and they're like, you want to trade cards? Damn right, I want to trade cards. I can beat you. I got Charizard.
Oh, we got this one then.
Let's do it.
That is Golduck. I can actually hold up here. There you go. That's better.
Oh yeah, it is a Golduck. Golduke. Oh, Michino.
Michino.
Minchino.
A Golett.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Weird little bugger.
A Woobat.
A Woobat! A Woobat!
And a Kingler, a new Pokemon in my arsenal.
Kingler.
Well, there you go, folks. That was the pack.
Good job.
Good pack overall, I think. As in, I got a new card, so I'll take that.
Yeah, that's good.
There we go.
Fabuloso. I'm ready when you are. Sorry for the there.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna quickly add.
There's another one of those versions. It's Worf with his Batleth, and it's like my Batleth kills all the threats to Picard, and they're like, "You're better than Yar." Damn right, I'm better than Yar. I can't remember the last bit. Batleth kills all the threats to Picard.
All right, there we go. Okay, challenge as.
Oh, I just got out of a menu.
Oh,
there we go. Got it.
All right.
I'm ready.
Challenge as a group A.
Gruppa.
I should have kept the app open, but in fact, I might have a screenshot that I did earlier actually. But earlier today, I did get me a full art Squirtle card. There you go.
Ooh, very nice.
So, good to go then, Claire?
Yes.
Let's go!
Hee let's go.
To be fair, Sean, if it's any consolation, I've literally done all of my gaming. I can't follow that.
He lies too much, so the Pocket app caught on fire in his...
I was going to say, I've literally just stuck to the free tier and I'm having a good time. I play it a little bit, do some battles in between some work bits. Like when I'm rendering or exporting video or something. Like, it's good fun. Now imagine if that could work on the N gauge.
Here we go. Right,
I've just noticed, why is Cinderace there?
Because that's your Pokemon, and you clearly didn't choose.
I thought I chose Talonflame, I clearly didn't. Alright, well.
It's fine, it's fine. You might die.
For the record,
Oh
I love
no, it uses Yawn! Oh, fuck.
I love Cinderace, but...
It uses Yawn, which is one of the least fun things to ever try and counteract. I mean, it's great as long as it doesn't kill you. That's the same as any Pokemon, I guess. Am I asleep?
You are
I'm
poisoned.
But I think I'll also be asleep in a minute.
Oh no, I'm getting drowsy.
Yeah, you'll fall asleep on the next turn.
Clodsire used Earthquake. It doesn't affect Lugia, but it will affect me.
It will. Quite hard.
Come on, Cinderace, just keep knocking all that health down.
You're gonna fall asleep in a minute.
I know, but... Okay,
we're a heal.
That
should get rid of your sleepiness.
We're at the energy phase. No, I'm asleep.
No, you should. Oh, I think it hit you just after I healed you.
Ah, well.
You can cheer to get rid of you being asleep if you want.
Heal or what?
Yeah, heal. Heal will get rid of your sleep.
Heal.
Well, that did nothing. Fuck. I hate Yawn.
Oh, Clod. Oh, am I now poisoned? I'm not?
Oh, Luigi's asleep.
I was thinking, this is like just talking about potential streaming plans out loud for the future now. But a while ago, I was discussing with you the idea of maybe trying to do like going through like Pokemon movies and us just talking about them on stream.
Oh yeah, I remember,
maybe we could do that as like a little 2025 thing. We sort of try and do like just go through like a movie like once every few weeks or something, and then like just talk about it on stream.
We'll just have to make sure we don't do it just before streaming, because as we've noticed, OBS plays merry hell with streaming services.
Oh no, 100%. We'd probably like try and quote unquote meet up during the week.
Yeah, as it were, yeah. Come on.
If that's something folks would be interested in,
yawning.
sort of based on our discussions tonight of games and stuff, I think we can have a good laugh at that.
I'm gonna end you. I'm gonna end your bloodline.
I've also got a big desire to actually want to see the film's original, like the sort of the Japanese versions, because it feels a bit different and weird. But I'm fine with the dubs, honestly.
Oh shit.
I
I'm gonna use
honestly
my last cheer. I'm gonna use my last cheer. Don't use yours.
I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I watched the first Pokemon movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I seem to recall Van Halen was on the soundtrack.
That is the kind of thing you'd remember.
I think it was the song Dream? Oh, wait,
Oh,
actually, wait.
yawning!
Was that the Power Rangers movie I'm thinking of? That might be the Power Rangers movie.
Now that movie I have seen. Right, we've got through the shield.
Okay. I have no more flammy charge.
I just want to focus on doing as much damage as possible. I'm asleep! Kick its ass.
Do the thing! Do the thing! Thing done!
I think you did it. It fainted.
There
Good
you
job.
go.
You did all the work in that one.
Cinderace came in clutch, as it were.
I forgot that Yawn is the worst.
Now, we know for a fact I don't have a Clodsire, so there will be a Dex entry coming.
Well, obviously, I always catch them after the raid to just see. Oof. So all these weird Terra-type ones that you're getting, you can change the Terra-types.
Okay. What, manually or luck?
You mean luck?
As in, is it just like luck of the draw as to what Terra-type
No,
one you get?
as in like, this Clodsire that's got a bug Terra-type, we can change that.
Okay. I got some
All you
sweet
need-
Herba Mystica.
Well done. So what you need to do to change the Terra-type is have 50 of a certain type of Terra Shard.
Okay.
and take it to a particular place. Now I can't remember when that unlocks, but that is something that you can do.
That is a feature at some
Hey.
point.
Yeah, I've done it a lot, so yeah.
Dex time.
I'm ready.
Clodsire. Oh, hang on, my microphone's there. Clodsire, the spiny fish Pokemon. It lives at the bottom of ponds and swamps. It will carry Wooper on its back and ferry them across the water from one shore to the other. 5'11", 491.6 pounds.
I just like the fact, is it 5'11" on its tail? Or is it 5'11" from the ground to the top of its head? I don't think, because I mean, when you have one out next to you, it's not that big, so I don't know. Clodsire, the spiny fish Pokemon. When attacked, this Pokemon will retaliate by sticking 6 spines out of its body, which you didn't see during that, but it does do. Like those white spots on its back become like spines.
Ooh.
It's a risky move that puts everything on the line.
Oh, your Scarlet entry has a bit of jeopardy to it.
A bit of scariness. I don't know where you are.
I am where I was.
Oh yeah, I need to make my way downtown.
You caught Clodsire, apparently. Congrats.
I did indeed.
Right.
No, you were there. Whee.
What else we got? There's a fairy flashing one over here.
Did you want me to try and load up a black one? You know, the 6 stars that we were doing?
Oh yeah, sure. If they're still going, yeah, sure.
I mean, there's one every day in every day in every
see.
map. There's one. Oh, give me go.
I've also got a bunch of other shiny ones over here for record. I've got
Yeah,
like...
there'll be Wooper, there'll be Clodsire.
Yeah.
You know what, stay still for a minute, and I get very turned around very quickly.
Not too far. I wish the map would go out just a little bit further.
I know what you mean. I also wish that it showed you your friends, but it doesn't. Well, it does, but not in the minimap. Okay, right, cool.
Did you find me?
Okay. I did.
Hello. Ooh.
What, did you accidentally launch a Pokemon?
I just jumped on my bike.
Okay, let me have a quick looky-loo. Oh, right, it's an electric, which means that you would be able to bring Mudsdale if Mudsdale was high enough level. How high level is Mudsdale?
Mudsdale. Oh, wrong button. Hang on, do that again. Take 2. Mudsdale 89.
Yeah, could probably do with it being a bit higher, but let's fly to.
I am willing. I am willing to do the candy.
Well, don't do it yet, because we don't know what it is, and
Okay.
it might be for some reason that Mudsdale can't be used. So if you go to your map, zoom out 1. Go to the northwest, where there's a huge lake, Casaroya Lake. Yeah, the flight point down and to the right. It's called Casaroya Watchtower number 1.
Number 1? Be that one. There we go.
Yeah, so I'll meet you there. So this is an electric type, which means that we have to bring a type, but electric types can be really annoying because they only have one, so they tend to pick a Pokemon that's going to work against you. So I just need to make my way to where we're going, which on the map...
Azumaril and Maril in front of us.
If you look on your map...
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, you see there's like a row of islands left-hand side of the lake.
Yes.
Yeah, the middle island, it's on the south shore of...
So about there?
Exactly there, yeah.
Onward to destiny.
Oh, there's a Gimmighoul. Hello.
So there is. Flying through the sky like a purple
Butterfly in the sky.
like a purple
I can fly
bike.
twice as high.
A whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes.
Don't you dare get the lyrics wrong.
I won't say any more then.
Funnily enough, that island in the middle there is shiny as, and I called him Egg because he is yellow like an egg, like a boiled egg.
Oh, hello. Oh my god! I'm pretty sure that Gyarados just
I
appeared.
love how Slowpoke is just standing on the water like, am I not supposed to do
I mean, Gyarados just appeared from within Slowpoke, as far as I'm concerned.
that? Well, we don't know where they come from. Oh, it's a Mimikyu.
What, the raid or just in general?
The Raiders.
Oh,
So
I went deep.
actually, Mudsdale should be fine for this one.
Wait.
Mimikyu is fairy. Is it psychic fairy? Was it psychic? Is it fairy ghost? Let me just check.
There you are.
I'm just going to quickly look up what a Mimikyu
Oh,
is.
give me a go. Like literally on the cliff edge here.
Yeah, no, they're usually tucked in the corner. Mimikyu.
Mimikyu.
Fuck's sake. Sorry, I'm not good at. Mimikyu.
Well, I can tell you that the storm has picked up here a little bit. I can hear the wind. You folks might be able to hear it very slightly.
Jeremy's about to go to the land of Oz.
Again.
Knock einmal. Okay, yeah, it's ghost fairy. So, but it's an electric type. So, but the good thing is ground isn't weak to ghost or fairy. Yeah, you want to give it some candy. It wants to be at least in its 90s, I want to say.
All right.
So if you bring Mudsdale and basically load up on ground attacks.
There you go, 90.
Cool. If you got any more, do it, because 6 is a tough. Mimikyu has much higher special defense than defense, so if you've got special attacks, load them up as well. What's my ground monster that I like to bring?
That's quite funny.
What?
Just like the amount of leveling that all that small candy didn't give.
Yeah, that's not worth using small candy. So.
Oh. I have more than 23. That's interesting. $93?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Right. Moves wise, any requests?
If you've got any, like, I want to say, like, I can never remember the name of it. Have a look at your moves by, like, yeah. Oh no, just look at what you've got. Just use A. Oh, hang on, wait, go back again. Go back again. It's something like rearrange moves. Go for Y.
Ah.
Yeah, then it shows you. So that's a physical attack. Bulldoze is physical. Earthquake is physical. Okay, so there's one that's not, and I can't remember what it's called. Have a look through what options you've got. There's definitely one that's a ground attack that's a special attack. And
Mud slap. Mud
I mean, that is
slap.
one, but it's not the one I wanted.
TM?
Is that it?
Or
No, what the fuck is the special one? Hang on, give me a sec. I'll just load up my Mudsdale. Nope, sir. What the heck am I thinking of? Change moves, Oh, it's Earth Power.
Oh, okay. Don't know if I've heard of that one before, to be honest. Let's, is that via a TM thing?
Katya! No, it can't be a TM because I've got it in my remembered move. So...
Okay. Why don't I then?
Let me quickly Google it. It might be something stupid, like really high level. Which I don't think so. Or it could be like, you have to be a certain ability. Muds, Dale, Earth, Power.
Earth power!
Okay, here we go. Earth power. Oh no, it is a TM move.
All right.
Normally when you lose a TM move, you have to use another TM to put it back on. Which is weird that I've got it in my saved.
Hang on, let's sort this by name. Far easier. There it is. Earth power.
Yeah, so that might be worth putting in.
Replace Rock Smash them.
Yeah.
Cool. Any preference on order of moves in terms of what you want me to spam A with?
I mean, we should probably start with Earth Power because it's got a chance of lowering their special defense.
Okay.
And I just have a quick look at Mimikyu to see if it's nasty to use. Mimikyu. Like I should have foreseen the Clodsire with the sleepiness. Okay, show me your moves. Right, so leveling up, it gets things like Play Rough, Shadow Claw, Astonish. It can sometimes hit you with Wood Hammer,
Clonk.
which is a move that we'll both be weak to, so we should watch out for that.
Alright.
Which is very strong, so that is a physical move, so you'll be okay because you've got stamina. I'm gonna have to watch out for that.
Okay.
Fire. It doesn't seem to do anything that messes with your status, as in like. It does do Confuse Ray, but we can always get. No, I think we'll be alright. And you've got like soft sand. You're holding soft sand, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to give mine a different item. Change held item. What am I going to give you? No, not a metronome.
Hello, Scyther. Goodbye, Scyther.
I'm going to give mine a soft sand. Just to see.
Hello, Scyther.
Right, I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready. I'm just scaling the walls so Pokemon don't attack me.
Oh, I've got a Golduck that wants to be inside me. Bear with me. I wonder if I can get to the raid without.
Oh, that's a position.
Right, I'm gonna have to get into a fight with this Golduck and get out of it again.
Oh.
Oh, there's a good flatto.
That Scyther's like, no, thank you.
I got away safely. Lucky me.
Yay.
Okay, here we go. Right, ready?
Yes. Yes, I am.
It's communicating. There we go.
Ooh, Judder. It's the Judder of the gods.
It's a village of the damned.
We've both got Mudsdale.
It's all Mudsdale all the time. It's a Mudsdale party, baby.
Mudsdale.
How do you stop saying Mudsdale? It'll probably hit us with Will-O-Wisp. Down.
Okay.
We can always just heal that off, though. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Now we've got Salty from Durara again. Look at this
Katya,
beast of a
please.
team.
Katya, I can't. Oh no, don't do this.
Woodhammer first move takes out half my
Remember, the first move will be yeah, I told you it would hit you with Woodhammer.
Mm.
It's like the only thing we're weak against.
Mm.
But it does have a recoil.
Okay, I will do a cheer just to get me back up.
Katya! Katya Longnose Thulemans!
Catch is like, you're doing a raid again.
What are you doing? My long criminal.
It's a well-timed heal up by the look of it.
You've been struck by a long animal.
Dun 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 dun.
Katya! Katya! No!
What's this pooch doing?
She's trying to... I put the empty McDonald's bags under my desk so she can't get them. And she's sticking her nose fully under the desk.
She's like, I know what you've had. There will be leftovers.
Terrastalise when you can.
Alright.
And also, I'll do a heal on my next turn.
Alright. I can do a heal now if you want.
No, if you Terrastalise now, I would.
No, can't yet.
Oh, well, in that case, heal.
Oh, I think Heracross just got eliminated.
That's fine. What are you doing? Did you do a heal?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I think I've only got one more heal, so I'm just going to keep attacking.
That's fine. That's fine. It's going to keep using Wood Hammer because it's a bastard. But you should be okay. Just keep using.
That's cool. I can Terrastalise on my next turn.
Yeah. I'll do a heal on my next turn. If it doesn't kill me first.
Hmm. Oh, okay. I can't do Terrastalise yet. All right.
No, you have to do like one more, I think. I'm gonna do another heal if I'm not doing so great.
Do you want me to do it?
No, you don't have any. Didn't you say you?
I think I've got one left.
No, you need to Terrastalise.
All right.
Katya! Your timing is exquisite. Could be in trouble here. I might have to bring a different one there.
That's fine. If we need to just regroup and try again, we will.
Son of a bitch. Although it is doing less damage now.
Oh, that was a super effective hit on me just then.
It's fine, I'll do a heal.
Half the health.
Well, every time it hits you, your defense is going up.
Hmm.
So that would have probably killed you outright before. Katya.
If we can ever upgrade our stream setup a bit more, how we do this, we just need a dedicated Katya cam.
No one would watch us, Jeremy, when there's Katya.
What we'll do is make it like a long camera angle at the bottom of the screen, just like a long noodle, like a long noodle-sized camera.
I don't think I'm going to survive this, but...
If not, we'll just try again. We'll regroup and try again. It's all good.
I knew Wood Hammer would be a problem.
Hmm. You called it.
I did. Shifter using Earthquake.
Okay.
When you can. I think it's going to kill me. Oh, I'm on 10 health. He is hurting himself with the recall Wood Hammer. If you've got a heal...
I'm going to try, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to get a bit of a time deficit.
Healing now.
Oh, he's up. He's now raising his stats, so his attack's going to hit for more.
Good time to heal them.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough to save me, but we'll try and get one more attack off.
Oh, we're very nearly there.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. I think we're going to do it, even if it kills me this turn.
I'm still alive, just.
Yeah, we did it. He's dead.
Amazing. I haven't seen it happen yet. Spoilers.
No, I just went to go and try and select him, and he wasn't there. So that's how I knew we'd done it.
The game's made it appear I did it, so I'm gonna go, yeah!
Good job, Jeremy from the future. Hello. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to inspect your rubbish, please.
I'd like to put your bin in performance mode. Hey.
Noodle cam.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
I must have a Mimikyu because I think we did an outbreak one time.
Oh, yeah, no, we definitely did.
Oh, I've got a bottle cap. I've
Bottle caps when we know how...
I've got 2 nuggets.
Remember, it loops around, so...
Noodle-chan.
Noodle crime!
If we ever do merch, I will beg you to let us do something noodle-related.
Oh, that would be cool. So, yeah,
if we haven't got to the stage where we can justify merch. There you go.
Okay, so because we got it from a raid, you might want to stats, because I think it'll be quite good.
Alright, let's have a gander.
Go into your boxes and find the... It'll be put in the first empty slot.
Yeah, that's the problem. We've got to figure out where the first empty slot is.
Just scroll through to the right until you find it.
Let's just do this a slightly easier way.
It's level 75, and it'll have Terra type of electric.
What's that one? It's 59. Nope. Oh, I did go in here. Right. Ghost Fairy Terra.
So press the plus button. Ooh, amazing stats. Good job. Press it again. Yeah, very good. So I don't know exactly how this works, but if you go back to where it said amazing stats.
Oh, this page. Sorry.
Yeah. You see at the top there, it's changed the numbers to whether they're best or not. You've got 5 out of 6 bests. That's really good. So it doesn't mean that those stats are maxed out. It just means that their base stat is the highest it can be for that particular Pokemon. So that's really good. Yeah. I can't remember how it works, but like there's like a range of... Oh, I swear to God. What? What? What do you want? What do you want?
Well, in an effort to potentially help the noodle out as well, should we attempt to do one more raid then call it?
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna let her out of the room because she
that's cool.
Calmer. She can wander. 1 second.
I'll look on the map and see what I've got lurking. I lurked
If
too
you want
far.
to try another 6, I can try and find another one. Let me know.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. Ooh. Ooh, a dragon raid. Hello, Pokemon. Don't mind me as I explore your island. Altaria, no! Just hear Claire's voice in the distance. I don't know if that's coming through on your end, folks, but I can just hear Claire saying numerous things. Friendly things, I should add.
Hello.
Hello there.
Just found out she's got a pig's ear that she hasn't even touched.
Gasp.
Oh, that wasn't what I meant to pick. What was the... Alright, let me just have a quick look.
So you were going to say you're going to look for a 6-star raid, I think.
Yeah, there'll be one in the 2 DLC areas. Ah, there's a poison one. Which means that you could bring my tail again. In Kitakami.
The tank!
Yeah, so you may not have to come all the way here. I'm just going to fly over to Kitakami.
I'm going to go down this not waterfall.
Oh, if you haven't explored those islands, I'd recommend it. There's fun stuff around there.
I honestly don't have... Oh, there's something shining over there.
Oh, it'll be a Terra Pokemon.
Oh, what's it going to be? It's a frickin' Raichu!
Oh, cool! Do you have one of those? You don't?
I do.
Oh, yes, you do. Sorry.
Even so.
Yeah.
And then,
well,
and then in the background, just lurking, Magikarp.
a Magikarp. A really sad Magikarp.
I'm on the sand.
Oh god, it's not good for me. Oh, it's not good.
Oh, is there like a cave over there?
There's all kinds of fun stuff around here.
Shows you how much I've not explored.
Chapter
Oh,
of the
it's like
losers.
it's a pier thing. All right.
It is a pier. It loops around to that fun town that's there.
Fun town. Hello, Gimme Goal. I see you lurking under the bridgie.
Okay.
Bench! Oh, yes, town.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Oh?
Yeah, I think you'll want to have a go at this. Right. So, we are looking at a Pokemon that is.
The hell is that?
It's a Wingull.
Alright.
Catch it, please. Go ahead and catch it if you want. It evolves into a Pelipper.
Let's get that
I
quick
don't know
ball
what
action
Mattie's
going.
I can hear was. It was probably me yelling at the dog.
Oh yeah,
Sorry
we can
about
hear
that.
you just like talking to the dog lovingly and going, "You got pigs here?"
You got a pig here?
There you go. Caught. I appreciate you're setting up
go.
a raid thing, so
No, I can bring up the Wingull.
number 132.
Wingull.
Wingull. Or Wingull, however you want to pronounce it. The seagull
Wingull.
Pokemon. It rides upon ocean winds as if it were a glider. In the winter, it hides food around its nest. Height 2 foot, weight 20.9 pounds.
Trying to find the Pokedex entry. Oh, here we go. Generation 9. Do I want to look around and see what you're fucking holding? This isn't what I wanted at all. Oh, fucking hell. Right, bear with me.
That's fine.
Well, you are eating the pigs here.
Good!
Alright, here we go. Wingull's seagull Pokemon soars high in the sky, riding on updrafts like a glider. It carries food tucked in its bill,
There you go.
apparently. Right, so we are looking at a Pokemon that is a water type, but is a poison terror. So the trick here is going to be, if you want to, so strong against poison, first off, psychic and ground. So you might think Mudsdale, right? Wrong, because it's a water Pokemon, so Mudsdale's going to get wiped out. So we can't take Mudsdale. You're probably going to want to go for a pure psychic on this one.
Methinks Espeon at the moment, but
You might have to level them up. Let me just have a quick look at it, the way it... See, the one I've got is quite low level, but it looks like it's got higher special defense and special attack. So we're looking for things with high attack and high special defense. Let's see what my psychic ones I've got. Where's my psychic boys?
I've got a Rabska. Oh, that's bug psychic. Sorry. Psychic. I've got a Hypno. It's only level 36, but
Do you not have an Espeon?
yeah.
Well, yeah. What's your? I mean, what moves has it got?
How do I swap it? Hang on.
Press plus to
Oh no.
plus, and one more. Yeah. I think you're probably better off with your Espeon. Maybe put a few levels on it.
Any move differences?
You want, well, Carmind will up your special attack. That's probably a decent one. Psychic's fun. Psybeam's pretty good. Morning Sun is a healing move. Don't know if we're going to need that or not. What else you got? Baby Doll Eyes. Look at Baby Doll Eyes. That's its attack. No, I wouldn't worry about.
Good old-fashioned confusion.
What the fuck was I looking at? I think I was looking for my Espeon. I have several. My best one I think is called Ezekiel. Yep, there he is. Right, so this one has the special ability Synchronize. I don't know what that does. Oh, it means if I get burned or paralyzed or poisoned, then the person who did that to me also has that to them. Okay.
It's now level 81. It jumped 10 levels.
Cool. I probably still need a few more.
$86.
More. Sorry.
$90.
Okay, that's the minimum I'd be happy.
$92.
Sure. So I'm going to include Sand Attack, which lowers things' accuracy. Okay, I just want to check to see if this Pokemon does anything annoying that I should be aware of. Okay, so... It has the ability Marvel Scale, which is... What does that do?
What is going on?
Oh, I forgot we had that. It was a Palafin. Adorable. Okay. Let's have a look and see if it's got any nasty moves. So we're both bringing psychic types. So the things we have to look out for are dark, ghost, or bug moves.
Okay.
None of which I can see are in its leveling up moveset. It can use Confuse Ray by TM. And it's got Skitter Smack that it can also use by TM, which is a bug move.
Okay.
So we have to watch out for Confuse Ray and Skitter Smack. I don't know. Let me see what else it can do. Can it do anything that fucks with you? It's mainly just really powerful water attacks. And normal type attacks. Oh, and Coil, which is a poison attack.
The
Chilling Water,
possibilities are endless.
Chilling Water, what does that do? Oh, it lowers your attack stat. Okay. So, if you... Yeah, I know. You're like, oh, really? Muck? I don't believe you. You've got a Ditto, haven't you?
I think so. Ah! Wrong one!
Got you.
Got your nose. Oh no, you don't, Ditto. I see you running away. Get back here.
I'm gonna get you.
I ain't afraid no Ditto.
Right, back in a sec.
I'll switch to single screen for now then. There we go. Oh, okay. This is gonna end badly. Let's see. Can I just throw an Ultra Ball and be done with it? Ah, curse you, Ditto! Oh, Ditto, just get in the ball. Oh, you know what, Ditto? You've had your chance. Ditto, that will not assist you in what's about to happen. Because I'm going to run away.
Right, so...
No, don't do it, Kalia! Don't do it!
Kalia's like, oh, but he'll never look. You're like, no, don't. Right, I would recommend for a held item, I would recommend giving your Espeon a clear amulet. I'd recommend giving him a clear amulet.
Okay. You said... Oh, all the wrong buttons. Right.
Which wrong button did Jeremy press? All of them.
Okay. Give item to hold.
It'll be in the one with the candy as the icon.
Candy. Right.
I think if you press, when you've got it selected, if you press plus, it adds it to your favorites, which means, and you can sort by favorite. So.
Okay. What was one you said? Sorry, clear amulet. That was it.
Clear amulet. Yeah.
Hang on.
I think one of your other Pokemon might have it.
I think I took it off them because it was Bird Lad, or Bird Lass, potentially.
So yeah, so go out of that, and then press plus on click. Oh, okay.
Sorry. You
no,
said...
I think it did it automatically. Go into bag, real quick.
Bag.
Go to your and go to clear amulet, because I think you had 2 of them, and press plus when you go over it. And that adds it to your favorites.
There we go.
And it means that you can sort by favorite. Okay, are you ready? Do you have your Espeon where it needs to be?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Cool, awesome. I have mine too. And let's go.
There it is. Oh, all right.
Spicy baby.
A Milotic, a Melodic, however you want to pronounce it.
I always say melodic, but yeah.
I am ready to go.
Let's fucking do it then.
Let's do this!
So what the clear amulet will do is hopefully stop it from messing with your stats. I can't see anything nasty that it does. We've got to watch out for its Confuse Ray and its Bug Move. Here we go.
What a team. Dual Espeon, Taurus,
Squad.
and Corviknight.
Oh, it starts with that. Interesting.
All right.
It negated the abilities. Okay.
Okay, let's keep...
And let's just go straight in and start smacking it.
Yeah, I'm just mashing the A button. So, do you come to raids often?
Not as often as I used to.
Do you prefer performance or graphics mode? Imagine if that was your opening chat up, like...
Yeah, on Tinder, it's not like cake or pie, it's like performance or graphics. He definitely used Confuse Ray on some of us.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to use Heal.
Okay. And its attack just rose for me.
Yeah,
and
it did
defense.
coil, that's why.
And accuracy.
Shit, I did defense because I'm stupid.
Oh, I'll do the heal.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Heal applied.
Thank you.
Oh, I got like obviously. 20 HP from that.
I know, it's so random how it works.
Oh.
Does Hypnosis send you to sleep?
Let's terrestrialize freaking quick. Oh, I like that. My camera angle changed.
Right, I've gone. Goodbye forever.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, folks, I still have the remnants of that cough randomly every so often.
Ouch. I'm gonna do a chair.
Alright.
Yeah, safeguard is not helping here.
Hmm. Oh, there you go. I've got full health now.
Cool. Just keep smashing it.
Will do.
Ow. Oh, great. Now it's shield up. Here we go.
Not on my screen, it hasn't.
Maybe I should give it, what's the word? Maybe I should have given him a metronome.
It's really interesting, like, the difference of timing that you're getting things compared to me happening. It's quite funny in real time.
It is very weird. Right, it's just use Raid and Dance, which is going to make its water attacks throw.
Okay. Psychic is still... I've only got a few left, but it's still taking off a lot, even on the shield.
Cool. Good.
Oh, Taurus just got done.
Keep an eye on your health.
Alright, I'll probably do cheer on my next round.
Oof! Yeah, okay.
Oh. No, I'm out.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll try it. I'll try
Yeah, no, it's too hard. It's hitting us too hard.
Alright.
Might need something with higher defense. Nearly threw its shield though.
Hmm.
That's me out. Go on, if you can get it through its shield, I think we can do this.
It's nearly there.
I know. I'm back.
We're through it.
Shield's down on. Yep. Now it's gonna be a case of how quick can we do this.
Okay. Hmm. I'm confused.
Okay. You can do a heal to get rid of that.
Okay.
Or I can, depending.
I'll do it.
Okay. Come on, you son of a bitch. Ugh. Any more psychic should do it.
Mm-hmm. I've got no more, so I'll switch to...
Psybeam's
yeah.
fine, yep. Oh shit.
That sounded promising.
I swear to God, Katya, if you stick your nose in my fucking armpit at this moment, we are gonna have a problem.
Confused again. I'm just going to try and power
That's
through
my
it.
chicken nugget! Oh, it's so close!
Give me an
One more
attack,
hit
come
off, I think
on.
we'll do it.
Give me an
Oh,
attack,
I'm
come on.
confused.
Give me an attack, come on. Psybeam! I'm confused, come on. Do the thing. Come on.
No. You gonna do it?
Ah!
No, it hurt itself in its confusion.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm just going to keep spamming A, come on.
No, I think I did it, I think I did it!
I think you did it on our screen as well.
Oh God, that was close.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, we are like the masters of doing this by the skin of our fucking teeth, Jeremy.
Noodle wants the danger.
Noodle was like, give me your note. I've got one singular chicken nugget.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. You're not in shot, sorry. Just a snout at the bottom of the screen. There was a look there of, is that it?
Deal with it.
I've got 2 bottle caps from that. Big pearl.
Good job.
There we go. No, good teamwork there. We made it work.
We did. Even though we died a few times.
Yeah, but you know, we still did it. That's the main thing.
Did you have one of these?
I don't know. I don't think so, because I think you said I have to evolve it from like a trade or something.
You got to avoid it from a Phoebus.
Hmm. There we go. Brand new.
Yay! Good one to finish on.
Melodic.
Did you just burp burp in my face? Did you just burp in my face?
Catcher, please. Not during the Dex raid.
Did you?
Not during the Dex raiding.
Did you just burp in my face? Did you? Right, I'm ready.
Milotic, the tender Pokemon. It lives at the bottom of clear lakes. In times of war, it shows itself, which soothes people's minds and hearts.
Oh my god, it's Thoughts and Prayers, the Pokemon.
Height 20'4".
It's like, Milotic, hey, do you want to carry some munitions? Aid to the other side, and it's like, no, look at my beauty, thoughts and prayers.
No, let us admire the beauty of everything.
If lovely scales are described as rainbow coloured, they change colour depending on the viewing angle. Well, that's not rainbow coloured, that's what's called holographic. You're a chicken nugget, and I'm gonna eat you. Fucking here. Come here. You want a chicken nugget packet? You can have it. Look, oh, look at you licking the grease out of it like I've never fed you.
God. It's a visual I can't unsee. Or imagine, rather. Right. Progress save. There we go. Well, folks, we're going to start to wrap up now, but before we go, Felf, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on my Linktree. Don't ask me to do anything. I'm really not doing great at the moment with getting shit done. My friend asked me to share the link to their webcomic, and it took me 2 days to do it. That's basically how I'm dealing with it, how I'm doing it at the moment. By the way, you should go and read my friend's webcomic.
Do you know the name of it off the top of your head?
Oh, of course I do. Give me a second, I'll find it. It'll be a tiny URL. You know how good I am at those, Jeremy. 1 second. It is called The Basilisk's Legacy, and it's very, very fucking cool. There it is. Go check it out on Webtoon. It's really awesome. They've been working on it for quite a long time. They've put a lot of love into the characters and the design and the story, so please go and give it some love. But yeah, go find me on the Linktree. That's also you, Demure Girl. Correct. Demure Girl, mother of pugs. Yeah, that's me. Jeremy, where can the people find you?
Easy way to find me is linktree/giraffe-me. There you'll find all the details of the various things I'm doing, including the unboxing YouTube channel, which... fun story, actually. Apparently, because I uploaded the Macross Plus unboxing, and then it got lots of comments, which I haven't responded to because a lot of them don't need responding to. Apparently, I've lost features on my
unboxing. Thank you.
Apparently, I've lost features on that YouTube channel. I've lost some advanced features. It's really weird. I need to.
You've lost the features because people commented on it.
I think it's because I've only uploaded like one video technically in like a while. So it basically says I need to be more regular about it, and it's like, all right, I'll figure it out. So basically, assuming that when I'm nearly done with work stuff, because I'm nearly done seemingly, unless some more projects come in, I'm probably going to start getting some more unboxings out, because I've got a boatload of stuff I want to unbox, including...
I can't even see the comments on this video.
I don't know, I'll figure it out, but including... Here we go. The Digimon movie set from America. I have a copy of it. I bought it with my own money, FYI, in case everyone thinks it's a comp, because it's not.
Digimon, digital video.
I've also got to have a rethink of how I'm going to do the on the disc videos, because the Macross Plus one I've been doing, I've basically given up on just because it's too much aggro to try and get it past YouTube checks. So I need to have a rethink on how I'm going to do those in the future. So perhaps some food for thought for myself there as I begin to close things out. But folks, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to be I've had a blast tonight. I know we did a lot of talking, but it was really fun going down memory lane and all the PlayStation memory stuff, and then just like talking about whatever, just all the various things we talked about, and then doing some raids in. I had a great time. Next week, as things stand, we are planning to continue properly with the DLC too. We'll probably actually try and do more of the story and prep for one of the first battles or something, and we'll go on that front. Are you looking at the comments, Claire? Stop it. Stop. I see your face. Stop it.
I'm so angry.
Stop it. I know. Stop it.
So angry. Oh, these people.
Who
are these people?
But folks, thank you very much for tuning into the fun. If you want to find the video and see the comments, go to my YouTube channel. YouTube.
I'll put it in the chat.
No,
you can
don't.
See how people...
It's already been in the chat. They'll find it.
I'll put it in again.
Folks, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We'll see you Friday next week. In fact, will we? Hang on, let me get my dates right.
I don't know what fucking day.
The 30th, Friday the 13th. Ooh. We'll be back Friday the 13th. A week after, might have to change plans, but we'll talk about that next week. Until next time, folks, I've been Jeremy. That has been Claire. We have been the Fun Zone. Katya has been the arbiter of utter chaos. And until next time, take care. Love you all. Stay safe during the storms and whatnot. And have a good night. Bye.